The following program is rated TV MAL. It contains strong language and is intended only for mature audiences.
Oh shit.
Oh no.
Don't leave me hanging on that one. Kind of looks a bit weird, you know?
That's what she said.
Woo!
Hello!
Hello, everybody! Welcome to the what's going to be a string of back-to-back Real BBCs. It's back on this channel next week, and then the week after, and the week after that, it's going to be on Gary's channel. So for this week and the 10th, he'll be on Machon El Coco. On the 17th and the 24th, it will be on Gary's channel, as I will be doing some traveling in dans le décembre.
Whoa. What is this language you made up?
I don't know what the hell he's saying. Az has it for 2 weeks, and I have it for 2 weeks, and the Christmas Eve special might be just pushed to the Christmas Eve special that we normally do.
Oh, yeah.
There'll be a quiz later, everybody.
Okay, all right.
Totally paying attention to everything.
Yeah. So for the one person that actually gave a shit about what we just said, then
Eric.
There you go.
Eric.
Yeah. There you go.
It's maybe smooth.
So for X-Ray Girl, there you go. Okay,
there you go, X-Ray Girl.
For everyone else, it's like, I don't care. Just dance, monkey, dance.
All right,
We're here to
dance.
We're here to dance. That's a good dance you're doing there, Morley.
Yeah, I worked on it all night.
Yay! Morley, how you doing?
Yeah, I'm doing real good. I'm just hanging out. It's great. Got one more Arcane stream over on EFAP, and then we can say goodbye forever because it was a mess. And look at that. Our reward is to check out Skeleton Crew. That's releasing. Yeah, bet you didn't know that. Bet nobody knew.
Yeah, Gary actually texted me, says we could talk Skeleton Crew, and I went, "Oh, yeah, I did." I had no idea it was on Gary, and he went, "I didn't think you did."
No, I didn't.
Did you get to see it though, Gary? Did you?
I went to go see it, and I accidentally watched Landman. Sorry.
Okay.
For a second time, I had already seen the episode. I went, whoops, my finger slipped, and I'm watching something I like.
It happens.
It does happen.
I watched like about 2 minutes of it, and I got the dialogue in it. I'm like, peace out.
I can't wait until they start shitting on the kids.
I know. We could definitely talk about that, because when Harry Potter comes out, all these people who are claiming they're not going to shit on the kids are going to shit on the kids.
They're going to go Ray.
Dude, there's already been a threat. It's in my JK video. So from the woman who's the social media director of MuggleNet goes, well, you know, I understand people need to take a job, but just do realize that when you do, you will be looked at as you completely agree with JK Rowling. And it's like,
okay.
All right. Well, for one, okay, I do.
Number one, I do, yes.
Completely. And so do they. And but that's a threat. That was a fucking threat. Now, it comes from MuggleNet, something that I used to go to back in the day, but like JK has completely ignored. She she put it in that article. She's like, save your, well, I can't go in the full detail because this is YouTube and it's early in the live stream. She's all, save your apologies for what I'll paraphrase for all the kids who are going to be going through therapy in the future.
Why? They're doing another COVID?
Something like that. Sure. Yeah. I mean, it could be looked at like that. Yes.
Oh, okay. God, there's some sad fucks out there.
Yep. But yeah, save it. They've been on that campaign. Those are the very kind and people on the side of progressivism that wanted to end all of our channels over our views on the Acolyte. This is the same side who's coming out going, you must protect the children.
Mm-hmm.
To be fair, we stopped it from having 3 seasons in a movie.
Yeah.
Sad.
We are protecting children and the world. Okay. You're welcome.
We saved the world.
We saved the world.
Well, I mean,
it's a thankless job, but that's okay. We don't do it
all right.
If we could just be honest,
necessary.
if they announced an Acolyte season 2 tomorrow, we'd all be fucking ecstatic. So,
oh my god!
Imagine they said double the budget and more freedom.
Bro, I'd put a second story on my pool.
Second story.
It'd be connected by a swing.
Pool,
you buy an aquarium for people.
Would you like to go into the pool? Oh, that sounds good. First or second floor of the pool? Why, sir? You're really spoiling us. Yeah, I have zero. Wait. What the fuck just happened there? Wait.
I can't trace what's happening.
Do you have questions? Do you have questions about Africa? Because I can answer them all.
Oh, dude, I've got all the questions about Africa. I'm just trying to scroll up here because Noons just gifted 50 fucking memberships to the stream. 50.
What just happened? Woo!
It still had a little bit left in the tank from the last one.
No, that was the skeleton crew applause.
Yeah.
Over exaggerative, isn't it?
Oh, there, I can find it that way. Boom.
Noons.
That's my little Arabian princess for you. Woo! Thank you. Big thank you.
I was calling Noons dude until like 2 weeks ago.
She might be into it.
I call women dude. I call my wife dude.
I call
mom
Chat's
dude.
mum. I call Chat's mums dude.
I call men ladies.
I know, and I'd like to say
and,
once
and
more,
a lot
Molly,
of them deserve it, Mahler.
I still like it, Morley. I still like it.
Yeah.
I know you do.
So you did you nothing apart from 2 minutes of Skeleton Crew.
I saw it.
Oh, Molly. Okay, let's go. Tell. Bated breath.
Well, so here, remember back in the day when we were talking about seeing it, and we were like, man, this thing probably going to be the kind of thing that you watch it, and you're like, well, that was that, and you've not really got a lot to say about it.
Okay.
Well, I watched it, and it's kind of like, well, that was that, and there's not much to say about it. It's inoffensive, and most of my complaints, I can't yet be sure about them because, like, it depends on context for this planet they're on. It's like a planet that's secluded from the whole galaxy. It's got something called the barrier that makes it so that no one knows where it is, like a treasure planet that they're all on. And so them leaving it, they start speaking to people outside of it, and no one is or rather, people have heard of it, but they all treat it as a myth. So it's hard for me to be critical of certain things. I don't know how everything works yet, but I mean, the characters are all pretty basic. It's like main kid wants to adventure further, isn't happy in his life. Secondary main kid is more of a introverted, like not risk takers. Like, oh boy, I don't want to be doing this. It's gonna be dangerous. And then there's a nerd girl, and then another girl who's like a bit reckless and stuff. And then they got a robot. I like the robot enough. He's voiced by Nick Frost.
Okay.
It's I mean, the big question I suppose right now is just like recommendations. Like, definitely
well, obviously
not yet.
the kids ruin it, right? It's just the kids are terrible.
It's just I don't really feel a lot, but I don't expect to either. It's like a chill little adventure meant for younger audiences, and hopefully they can have fun with it, I guess.
I think I can securely say nobody gives a shit about spoilers. So do you want to kind of give the 411 the lowdown?
There's not really spoilers to do, as in like there's nothing.
Okay.
I mean, it's they. So the plot is the kid is late for school and he tries to go a shortcut and bumps into derelict ship in the middle of a forest that's buried because he happens to like fuck up a bunch of the mud and spots something.
Wait, sorry, I already have a question.
I mean, this is already kind of the stuff where I'm like, I don't know, I can't be sure of the flaws yet because I don't know enough context for how it got there and why it hasn't been found before and how long it's been there, you know?
How big's it? How big's the ship?
Size of like a little bit bigger than the ship in the opening of a New Hope, Star Wars. You know, the Tantive 4. It's about
That's
that
a big
size.
shit. That's a relative. It's not
small. Not small.
No, and it was buried 2 foot under the ground.
It's real close to the ship. This is why it was so like obviously findable that I was like, is there something more to this? Like maybe they were keeping it a secret on this planet, but you'd think there'd be more security. This is what I mean. I don't know enough yet to be sure, but it seems kind of silly that it would have been this secretive. He's trying to climb a little mountain, and him scraping at the mud pulls it away, and he reveals the ship. It's really hidden by like an inch of mud. So it seems unlikely, like I said.
How does that work?
It's been hidden there for ages. Apparently, it's considered a restricted area, but like I said, the security should be way better if they're trying to keep that a secret. So yeah. Anyway, he tells some friends. They go in there. They've got a tech friend.
But trees grow in a forest.
Yes.
So how'd you bury a starship in a forest long enough that trees grow, but that it's only 2 inches under the ground?
You can't see the ships through the forest, and the little child is a bird in a cage.
I'm already exceedingly confused.
It's
like
it's like a valley. Well, not a valley, but it's like an area with no trees. The implication being it would have crashed down there, and then I don't know,
and it got covered.
Yeah, but like I said, they're being a little secret. There's definitely something going on with that planet, and there's more going to be revealed about this ship, I imagine. So I don't know the full context yet, but like I said, I was a little like, huh, okay. Anyway, the kids get on there, and it autopilots after they press one button to leave the system and take them to, I think, it just puts them in like orbit of somewhere, and then the robot wakes up, and they order it to take them somewhere like that they can try and find out where they are. And they head there, and then a bunch of pirates notice that they have, I think they referred to like...
Sorry, I have a...
Okay, well, there's
the robot... God, you're prolonging this.
How do children pilot a starship?
Well, the robot, he wakes up, and he's like aggressive.
I love how Mahler says robot.
He wants to. He's gonna kill him at first. He's like, Captain, I'll throw away these clear intruders. And then the girl goes up to the droid and says, I killed your captain, so I'm your captain now. And he says, okay.
Wait, whoa.
Does she go, I'm the captain now?
Look at me.
Essentially.
Look at
me. And I was just like, I don't think that's how that works.
No, I know it, right. I know it's a kid's show. And
yeah.
There's certain elements of logic that you just got to sort of bypass. That's a pretty big one, though.
Mm-hmm. It's not great. The robot is like, I'm going to do everything according to what my commander commands, and then she's like, I killed that captain man, so now it's me.
So I kill Luke Skywalker, and I say, R2-D2, you're mine now. R2-D2 goes, yeah, cool.
So this is really shit, but I think the logic is it's like pirate logic, because he's like a pirate droid. And if you kill the leader pirate, you
control for parlay.
He's Nick Frost is doing like a yar har type thing. He's got a peg leg too, the droid.
Then the droid would kill the captain and assume command.
Nah, because he's a nice droid and works only for the captain. Sorry, the droid is called SM-33. If you get it,
Smee.
Yeah, you got it. So anyway, the droid is like, okay, you're the captain. Then she says, take us to I can't even remember where it was. It's like somewhere safe. Like I don't know. And he takes them to like a pirate port, and then they get spotted
trafficked because they're children.
Yeah, they do actually get captured and put into the brig, and that's where they meet Jude Law. And Jude Law reveals he can use the Force, and then it ends. That is the 2 episodes.
Wait, what?
Jude Law's in a prison cell, and they're like, "Oh my god, Jude Law, you're scary." And then he's like, "Nah, I'm actually not going to hit you at all." And then he uses the Force to grab a key for the brig, and that would give them their chance at escaping. And obviously, the first thing I thought was like, why did he wait until a bunch of kids joined him in the cell before he left?
I mean, a Jedi around a bunch of kids. You know,
yeah,
Star Wars.
After the last one, yeah.
My white speeder van.
why didn't you escape? I'm kind of
it.
hoping some kids come along. You know, this is the Jedi way now. But nothing happened.
It's what everyone assumed in the trailer. He's going to tell him he's a Jedi, but he's probably lying.
Okay, so this was two episodes.
Mm-hmm.
And how long is each episode? 20 minutes? 25 minutes?
First one, I think, is 40. Second one is like 25, 30, something like
that. Okay. This isn't a criticism of yourself because I think you're lovely.
I mean, there's just not a lot to talk about.
You didn't really describe a lot going on.
There's lots of alien designs, and some of the more main and talky characters are actually full on alien like practical effects that I thought were pretty cool. The world's distracting as it was in the trailer, as you guys saw. It's like this feels really off. This doesn't feel at all
like Serenity more than bloody Star Wars.
But the way they're going for it, like I said, is that this is a secluded, barriered planet that no one knows how to get to. It is hyper isolated. So I think that's part of the point. It's supposed to be that it's like I think it's going to be an experimental planet organized by the Republic or something.
Is it true?
Yes.
That they play with Star Wars toys?
Yes. And I did not understand that at all, because there's a kid who's like obsessed with Jedi and Sith, much like a person in our world would be. Right. This is post OT. You know, like the Empire has fallen. There's a new Republic, and it's like, what like lore are you? I guess they have those histories from all that time ago, and he's a kid who's just into it. That's the only, because you wouldn't have thought it'd be very mainstream at all. Not even remotely, like Jedi. It would have been crushed and stamped out of the culture thanks to obviously the Empire.
I have a question.
Yeah.
In Star Wars, because that's what it's called, obviously.
Yeah, Star Wars,
in Star Wars, even the commanders on the Death Star refer to the Jedi as a myth. Sort of as a religion that's done, dead. It's barely known.
It would be like someone who gets some books about things from like 2,000 years ago. He's just,
except it's 3 decades.
A
couple decades. Yeah. Apparently everybody's fucking stupid in the Star Wars universe, or just has short-term memory. I'd never understood that one. Sorry.
So go on. Like I said, it felt to me like it probably shouldn't be a thing, but they're trying to say like he's got a bunch of different sources of information from wherever. Again, something else that might make sense later in the season, because I don't know what this planet is exactly, and if it's experimental and they've given them Jedi lore to play with or something, I don't know. But it felt very wish fulfillment-y. Like they want to have that in there because they have a scene where 2 kids are pretending to fight each other with lightsabers, and I was like, oh, that's for, I get it. That's... Yes.
Are we expecting something that makes sense from Disney Star Wars?
I mean, to be absolutely clear, I wouldn't recommend it. But more so, I just don't think, like, age-wise, it's so far away from the demographic that you just wouldn't care, even if it was like fine. Which a lot, it's very to me, but I also it's like harmless, I guess is the word for it. It's just like it's not doing it. It's on its own in a different.
Sure, but there is a really cool bit of Star Wars media, and It's made for kids, and I reckon the adults can get a lot out of it as well.
Sure.
It's called Star Wars.
I've heard of that, yeah. Like it's just meant for a lower age demographic even than the OT. Like
How old were you when you watched?
It's like
Star
the
Wars?
Ewok adventures that they had on TV.
I don't know if I'm the best judge because I was watching like Alien when I was 8. If you remember, I fucking way preferred older shit because it was more fun.
As a kid, like we all did.
I think I saw. Yeah, true. Because we were 80s kids, Gary and I.
Yeah.
I saw Star Wars when I was about 5 or 6.
Right. Well, I mean, you know the comparisons people made to Goonies. It is kind of, it's got that vibe. I think Goonies is better, but still.
Yeah.
Goonies is a great film that is made for kids and adults alike.
Robert,
careful, Robert's going to come after you.
I know.
Disagree?
Send me a link now. I will smite you. I love Robert. Love you, Robert.
What can I say? Like, I'm trying to think of it's more coherent than Ahsoka and Acolyte, but what does that mean? You know?
Okay, if Mahler's having trouble describing something, it's pretty indescribable. I think.
Well, it didn't do anything for me really. I was like, this is all very cute and at times kind of just meh. It's kids walking around being like, oh wow, this is kind of spooky, and oh wow, look at this, and they press a button, then a spooky skeleton goes blah, and then they go and turn around, and I'm just like, this is fine. I just and then there's some logistical errors, I think, in terms of how things work out. Like I told you, I need more information before I can even make a judgment on that. Maybe Jude Law will because he only arrives at the end of episode 2, and that's all that's out. So maybe he'll be entertaining.
I like Jude Law. I like him.
I didn't hate that droid that Nick Frost was voicing. He was amusing me, right? Because he was kind of goofy. But this is not. You don't want to hear this as a part of recommendation. It's more so just me being like, this exists. Like I said, I wouldn't recommend it so far. I don't think the audience here at Real BBC are going to have much interest in it.
Yeah.
But to be fair, if I was telling me whether or not I'd be interested in it, I'd say probably not. And I'd be like, okay, thanks.
Yeah, I think we're all okay. Correct me if I'm wrong. We're saying this is not made for us. However, there is plenty of Star Wars which reaches multiple levels. Yeah. So why have we stopped doing? Why have we stopped doing that? Or why is this not one of those things?
It's I know this sounds silly, but like I find it hard to judge with just the 2 episodes, just because Jude Law only just ended, so they've got their crew now. So maybe if I see how that dynamic runs, what kind of adventures they're going to get into, see how
many episodes?
Is it 8, 6? I don't actually know. Maybe someone in chat does, but in any case, obviously I'll see it through just to keep track of it, and then I'll let you know if it's. I doubt this is going to be what we said it was. It's going to come and go, and then people will be like, "Remember that Skeleton Crew thing?" And then someone else going to be like, "Oh, did that come out?" Be like, "Yeah, it came out. It's out." Okay.
Okay. That sounds great.
Glowing review.
I mean, it's a better direction than Acolyte. There you go.
Yeah.
Okay.
So the diarrhea is over and you're pinching out like normal turds. Thank you.
Wow, I'm just sat here thinking, wow, Acolyte clutching strays. I mean, wow,
It's more just wind, Gary, that's coming out. Just
They're still trying. Hey, wasn't it coincidental that we start hearing about dude from Squid Games like talking about the racism?
That was like curious. I just would have thought people were much more focused on hating women than Asians, but okay, it's fine.
If you want to share that
pedo Jedi.
Yeah, so this comes out, and I don't know when he said it, but it just coincidentally comes out the day before a Disney Star Wars show. Isn't that weird? Isn't that just fucking strange coincidence?
I don't believe this to be true.
Well,
I can believe their account's doing it just to annoy, right? Trolling. There's plenty of people who will do it just to see what happens. for everything.
Oh, this is via Vanity Fair. Let's see when that one came out. I don't know when he said it, but if it's around this time and it happens right before a Disney Star Wars show, when things have been quiet for a while, other than people getting, you know, a billboard at Times Square for Acolyte, renew the Acolyte. And I'm rooting for you guys. I am.
So we are legitimately rooting for you.
Lee Jung-jae was shocked by the racist backlash to the Acolyte. My feelings were hurt. I could only have faith that the racism will end someday.
We got to get extra guild to do that kind of shit, okay? Otherwise we get in trouble.
Yeah, I'm glad they wrote it so I could understand what he said. He's the only guy who tried because he actually learned English for his role. And it was still better than everybody in the
but if this guy's talking about it before the date comes out, then this guy's talking about no one's seen it, so it's not about critique of his performance. It's legitimately just some people go, "Oh my gosh, an Asian in Star Wars! That's why I can't believe this. I can't believe there's any legitimate accounts that are going."
Nobody said that.
Yeah,
nobody said that. It was a really bad show.
Well, he did say my feelings were hurt, but I'm looking at the original. It says his feelings were hurt, especially for Leslie. Her feelings must have been hurt a lot.
Yeah.
And it's like regarding the racist, homophobic, and misogynistic abuse the cast receives. So it sounds like he's just been told that they received all of it, and then he said that hurts my feelings that would have happened, which is, I don't think it does. Well, I was just going to say, that's just what else is he going to say if you told that? Like, isn't it horrible? We've been sent all this. You'd be like, that's horrible. Yes.
When they're presented with this, this is bait from the Access media. It always is. Gaslighting and bait from the Access. But that's why they had that guy going, "How gay is this movie?" You know, the guy from. Is this the gayest Marvel movie?
Picturing like some horrifying monster just running into the red carpet, like gay, everything.
No, and I doubt he is aware of the discourse. I'm pretty sure every single other person involved in Acolyte was aware of the discourse. You can get away with that argument for a lot of stuff, but not for Acolyte. That hit the stratosphere. I understand because he's not here.
Is that his name? He not know.
He not know. Bang ding ow. Holy fuck.
He very much could have just been baited with this, as in they were like, "Isn't racism bad?" And he's like, "Yes." And they're like, "We received lots of it." And he's like, "That's terrible. I think it's bad that you received racism." Not a good thing.
That's where the Access media comes in and fronts for Disney, and they do it either on sometimes under orders, sometimes they just do it on their own. But this is how the cycle goes. So it's not surprising this started stirring up right before a Disney Star Wars show. And then all of a sudden we're just getting all over Twitter. Man, we were going to get 2 or 3 seasons of the Acolyte in a movie. Like, oh God, I hope so. A movie.
No.
A movie.
Come on, Gary, bring it on, right?
I mean, I'm all for it, but
make a saga.
If anyone in with any, not just even critical thinking, I'd just say a brain cell, could see that the Acolyte was never legitimately, well, let's double down to spite the chodes. It is the chodes, the little nub dicks out there. It was never going to get another season.
No.
Well, it's got to have at least 10 people watching it, right? That aren't us. And it wasn't cracking it. I'm sorry.
Who's talking about the Acolyte now? Nobody. Who's talking about Nobody.
Nobody.
These are all DOA. This is all DOA shit. Who's going to be
Arrival? Dead before Arrival.
Who's talking about this? The Skeleton Crew. I haven't seen anything. I've seen nothing. What I have seen though is I saw Disney. I saw the Star Wars Twitter account, the official Star Wars Twitter account, tweeting a bunch of absolutely zero followed accounts on Twitter, going, "Yay, Skeleton Crew tonight!" And then you go onto their Twitter profile. And you realize that their Twitter accounts that have fuckity all people following them is just a bunch of Skeleton Crew retweets over the course of the last couple of weeks. That's all I've seen.
The thing is, Skeleton Crew I could actually buy better than Acolyte in terms of being somewhat celebrated, just because it's not like the Acolyte was fucking dreadful. You know what I mean? I was like, how the hell are you celebrating this? It's so pathetically awful. Like, even if you want to talk about any particular thing they did in terms of writing, there's just so many things fucking wrong with it. But you know, Skeleton Crew is very. You've got that shield built in that it's meant for like 5-year-olds. So it's just
Yes.
you know,
don't you think most of them have a shield, an inbuilt shield? I mean, we're not allowed to criticize Amanda Stenberg because she's black and gay. We're not allowed to criticize Lee Jung-jae because he's Korean. We're not allowed to criticize Daisy Ridley because she's Whammon. We're not allowed to criticize Leslie Headland because she fed women to Harvey Weinstein. We're not allowed to criticize, you know, don't you think everything? We're not allowed to criticize Anthony Mackie as being Captain America because he's black. Do you think there's inbuilt criticisms for shields for everything? And this is just the latest?
I guess so. It's just that there's way less aspects to sort of criticize Skeleton Crew, and I actually do want to praise it for the effort it made for its sets and effects with the alien creatures. And it seems to, like I said, something that blew me away was the fact that I could tell the difference between the characters. Like one being like, I'm the nerdy one, and then one being like, I'm the one that gets scared a lot, and then I'm the adventurous one. I was like, wow, look at that. That's remarkable for Disney Star Wars at this point. I've never seen them pull off that.
They rediscovered tropes.
Well, do you remember like Ahsoka? You get to the end of the season, you're like, Hera, what the fuck is her name? Sabine and Ahsoka. They were fucking blank and bland to the point of being like interchangeable. I could just take anyone at any point, and so many scenes where there's 5-minute pauses between every line. It's just like,
okay. What was Hera's personality in Ahsoka?
Pilot.
Gary?
Pilot.
Yeah, see?
I fly things.
I'm not actually sure. I think you've given it way too much credit by saying pilot. I would say green. Her personality was green.
Green pilot. I'll give
you understand that implies more than pilot. Green,
I mean, it's a color. It's a color that's different to the color of other people. All right. Okay, that's cool.
Thanks for joining us for our review of Ahsoka.
Right. What would you say is Ezra's personality?
Ooh, look at him go.
We need to find him. He's really important so we can completely blow him off and show that we had a platonic relationship.
Wow, Ezra.
Ezra. Woo.
I would say Beta.
Oh yeah, he
that was his personality.
He gives away his lightsaber, dude.
Gives away his lightsaber.
It's the second show in a row where the dude has to hand his Johnson right over to a woman.
Yep. He rides bitch.
Yep.
He allows a woman to travel to another galaxy to tell him that in the 10
put
years,
him in the friend zone.
In the 10 years that you've been stranded here, I've had a lot of time to think about.
I've taken a women's studies course.
Feelings,
I'm a lesbian,
and I would like to just call you a friend.
I should have put that in my video. To go light years to a different galaxy to put a dude in the friend zone.
Yeah. And him be okay with that. What would you say is okay? Let me give you an easier question then. What is Ahsoka's personality?
She crossed her arms.
Crossed her arms.
That like signaled like she's no nonsense with her.
That is, we're getting serious now.
Yeah, enough of your bantering, enough of your nonsense. That's it. She fought zombie stormtroopers. That was so cool.
Isn't that cool?
I'd actually forgotten.
It's because
until you reminded me.
You're a shitty fake fan. How would you not remember that?
You got me. Called out. # called out live.
Called out.
Yeah, I think cross.
This is what I'm saying, man. Like,
yeah.
fucking batting zeros with all of these shows. When you watch something like Skeleton Crew, you're like, oh, look at that. It's not absolute black hole of creativity. So there we are.
Thrawn. What's Thrawn's personality?
Ooh. You can't go wrong with him. Literally, even when you go wrong, you didn't.
Well, he's a very positive guy. Every time he completely fails, he's all, it's actually a good plan. We meant to do that.
Like I said, can't go wrong.
Yeah.
Yeah, can't go wrong. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I mean, it's
Always
rough.
looking at the glass half full, Thrawn.
Donuts.
Dunkin' Donuts. Yeah, Dunkin' Donuts is his personality. He was blue. Blue and Dunkin' Donuts. That's what I've got from the chat so far. That's it.
So I mean, this character looks crazy good. Recently, wow.
That show, by the way, just to let you know, guys, Ahsoka, it got renewed for a second season.
See, that's the one I almost don't want the season 2 for because it's just fucking dull as shit.
Mm-hmm.
It would have been way funnier to get a Boba Fett season 2, an Acolyte season 2, hell, even a Kenobi season 2. I know I shouldn't invoke that, but there I went.
When does Disney actually decide that they need to just
die?
Well, yeah, I mean, yeah, or let's say best case. Let's be nice. Let's just say best case scenario. When are we going to get to a point where Disney's just going to say, "Hey, we're just going to pretend that none of this shit happened that we did."
Oh, we're well into it. We're just going to make sequels and remakes of live action shit forever because people are just going to line up to see it.
Yeah, because I would do a Kenobi season 2. I would do another Kenobi season, and it would just have no correlation to the first season whatsoever, and actually be good. Be what people wanted, which was Kenobi looking over Luke, reflecting on his time and his failure with Anakin, and maybe there was I can't remember who said it. So apologies, but somebody said, and maybe having to compromise his morals to keep Luke safe in the process.
They're going to remake Star Wars.
Yeah, correct. That is the answer. Correct.
Star Wars. They're going to remake Star Wars. That's what they have left. They need to bring back Darth Vader, Luke, Han, and Leia.
That's all they got.
That's all they got. They're going to fucking remake it. They're going to make some gobbledygook multiversal bullshit reset.
But will they remake it?
Oh, for a modern audience? Yes,
yes,
absolutely. Fucking 100%.
So Luke will be Laura.
Yeah. Hannah Solo. Hannah Solo.
Yeah, Hannah Solo.
And then Prince Leia.
Prince Lesbian.
What about Vader? Cool. Is that gonna be a girl?
Darth Vader.
Vader would obviously be a white man. Duh.
Yeah. They'll Davros him. They'll
they
just
probably
make
want
a white dude.
I could see them wanting to keep Vader as like the re-speech of Vader, AI Vader.
No, they'll say it's offensive to people who've lost limbs and have been disfigured in accidents, and they'll just make him a guy.
Oh,
well, it'll be between that and the pandering aspect, right? They don't want Vader's like their favorite icon for getting people in.
Vader's their hero now. Vader's the hero for them. The bad guys are the heroes, and the good guys are actually the villains now.
Hey man, Vader's
Luke's
the
villain. Han's the villain. They're villains now. Luke and Han were treated like absolute shit by Disney. Boba Fett thrown aside for another Mandalorian because get rid of that Mandalorian. Our Mandalorian's better. Luke is also a villain in the Mandalorian show now. He's telling little babies that you can either wear mithril armor and be I almost gave a word because I was so into this, and be a baguette, or pick up a lightsaber and kill your nephews because you had a bad dream.
Hey man, that was like years ago. Okay.
Yeah. That's water under the bridge, dude. And also,
Okay.
also in 10 years, people are gonna appreciate The Last Jedi
Mm-hmm.
as a masterpiece.
Mm-hmm. What year did The Last Jedi come out?
2018?
17.
2017. So that is nearly 8 years ago.
Yeah, a couple of years away from completely appreciating it as a masterpiece.
Okay, so a couple of years away from becoming a masterpiece. How many people talk about The Last Jedi?
Only when they say, in 10 years, you're going to realize this is a masterpiece.
Okay, so nobody talks about The Last Jedi.
And then it gets a bunch of engagement on X Twitter, and then nobody actually watches it.
I don't see anything pertaining to The Last Jedi on Twitter.
But they're still watching Mahler's breakdowns. Okay.
Oh, good.
Hey, Mahler's breakdowns in the last 48 hours have gotten more views than MSNBC.
Correct.
I thought you were going to say Skeleton Crew. Like, in terms of just people
is Elon going to buy it?
I think it'd be a waste. I mean, unless you're just buying it for the broadcast equipment and the apparatus, you can't use NBC. Right?
What about buying it for the memes?
And you can't. Well, if he buys it because of the MS in front of it, Bill Gates, even though I don't think they're affiliated anymore, but Microsoft, that's what the MS is for. And if you bought it and turned it into like MSX or something like that, yeah, NBC, that for a fucking troll, that would be kind of funny. That would be funny. I'd rather he buy Hasbro.
Oh, please.
Or you know what? Go to the Tolkien estate, buy the rights to everything, and then put it in a vault forever, never ever to be opened again.
Amen. MSX PC, that's a good one. I like that. Yeah, it's not good, is it? It's not good. Could be better.
Mm-hmm.
Could be better for Disney right now.
Well, I mean, again, like they're gonna have the 3 top movies of the year by far, and it's Moana 2. I haven't seen Moana. Inside Out 2.
Okay.
And Deadpool and Wolverine, which is the 3rd of a trilogy from the Fox era. And what they simply did was not piss off everybody. They didn't make anything like great. I wouldn't know with Inside Out 2. Some people might think it's great, and that's fair, whatever. Or Moana 2, haven't seen Moana, no intention of ever seeing it. But what they did was just make regular movies. And there were a bunch of actors out there pissing people off. They actually did some pretty clever marketing with Deadpool and Wolverine. And voila, you have hits.
Yeah, Moana 2 is doing extremely well, right?
Really, really, really well. It's got a huge fan base.
What's the explanation for that? Because like I didn't realize
it did pretty good when it first came out, and this is just from what I've heard anecdotally. Okay, but then it did like a lot of movies did in the aftermarket, right? Once it hits the theater. Back in the day, we got sequels to Austin Powers because they did well in DVD sales. Same with The Matrix. You know, those are both movies that did okay when they came out, but they hit the stratosphere in the post market, and that's what Moana did. It was the most watched thing on D+, and it's very popular amongst families, which is what they're supposed to do, right? Which is their whole fucking brand. But yeah, it's killing it right now.
Wait, this has already done more money. This has already done twice the amount of money as the Marvels. In
just the United States.
Well,
just the United States.
It's done twice. It's done over twice as much as Birds of Prey worldwide.
So Disney's gonna somebody at Disney's gonna get a brain and go, wait a minute. If we just remake our own shit and not piss people off, now they kind of failed that with Snow White, but that could be from an older era. What does this do for creativity? Nothing. So as I said, as the desire for, and many have said this, for the message or woke or whatever you want to fucking call it, intersectionalism is completely dead with the audience. The desire is not dead with Hollywood, but money is going to force them into something that could be just as bad, which is just creative bankruptcy, which we're in too. So we'll still have that creative bankruptcy problem. Even if woke dies tomorrow, as far as within Hollywood, there's still we're going to remake the shit out of everything. I mean, Frozen, there's another Frozen coming out.
the live actions and that.
Yeah, and they'll probably do pretty well. We'll see, but I don't. There's still problems Hollywood has to deal with, and they're finding out, by the way, that movies they put in the theaters and then put on streaming do better than any of their original streaming shit. And they're gonna go, why are we spending so much money on TV shows?
Despicable Me, nearly $1 billion. Look at that. That was the projection. And
was that Despicable Me 4?
Yes.
I watched that, and it's good. It's fine.
Look at
It's fine.
Melissa likes the Minions, dude. So, and I was fine. I didn't hate it.
All right, there you go.
I was entertained. It's a kids movie. We were there with some nieces and stuff.
So it did a 100-day run. 100-day run, nearly $1 billion.
Yep. And I think a lot of people predicted that would be the $1 billion movie this year.
Yes.
And it got close.
Yeah. I mean, yeah.
It would be that one. It would be possibly Inside Out 2. Deadpool and Wolverine. Always thought it could reach $1 billion, and it did quite easily. And it looks like Moana 2. Now, this one I did see as well.
Okay.
It was so fucking stupid. I'm like, I can't even do a review on this. It made $32 million worldwide at the box office too.
Hey, come on. It nearly 33 million. Come on.
Not bad, yeah.
Again, if it was normal Hollywood and that was like a cocaine write-off, I'd respect it. I would. But look at that. Wait, go back. Go to the projection. Go up to the projection. Now, YouTube videos do this too, by the way.
But the projections are even awful, and it did worse than the projections.
Yeah.
God, look at that. Ugh.
Woo, it looks like a whale.
Yeah, this isn't.
When you have a whale mouth, it's bad.
Chat, just to make you aware, chat, this here doesn't mean if you're in this zone, it's good. It just means that's the projected path of your movie. So this could be shit in itself.
And the projections were low.
Yeah,
well, they're also wide as fuck there. Look at that. Look how off they were.
Oh, yeah. I mean, it's just saying this could, we reckon this could do between 29, let's say, to 19 to 29, and it fucking did 15, Its expectations were low, but holy shit. Type of business. But I mean, look at that. It got dumped out after a month. 15 million domestic. It's taking $21, $27 per theater, 39. Even after second week, it's in double digits. 3,000 theaters, 3,100 theaters. It's doing roughly 83. That's not enough to keep your staff. It's not enough to pay the fucking staff.
No. Movie theaters have taken it on the chin this year. Ticket sales are down 30%, despite us amazingly getting probably possibly $4 billion films this year when it didn't look like they get any, but they didn't help at all because there was just especially summer when there was a massive drought in the summer of weekly like tentpole stuff. And if you go back in the day, 100 years ago when I was a kid during silent films, the summer tentpole movies, when that really started, which was, mid to late 70s, kind of started with Jaws. And in the 80s, multiple films would come out on the same weekend all the time. And that drives the market. And they started like separating. They're like, oh, we don't want to get crushed by this movie. But and there's logic to that. But ultimately, if you have two big movies, it helps the theaters and it drives people to other movies too.
And then look at this.
I saw Red One.
This is crazy.
What did you think of Red One?
I thought it was silly and I didn't hate it. It was
didn't hate it. All right.
1.7 billion.
Yeah.
For Inside Out 2.
That's pretty crazy.
It is pretty fucking crazy.
And it makes the rest of the Pixar shit look really bad that was failing before this.
And that's predicted. Big window, but high, and even surpassed that.
Yeah. Red One is definitely a streaming movie that I went and saw in the theater. Like it's something you'll put on the background if you've watched everything on Christmas. But JK
The Rock
Simmons
said it would be a game changer.
No, JK Simmons is great in everything he does. Okay?
Yes, he's amazing.
Fucking great. and in the small parts he's playing Santa Claus, it's awesome. And he plays a proper Santa Claus, right? He's in shape, but he plays a proper Santa Claus.
All right, then.
Not really a game changer. No, I wouldn't say. I would say no. I'd say Chris Evans is back to acting like he did in The Losers and like he did before Captain America.
Well, he's just a pretty rom-com boy.
Yeah, I mean that's pretty much it. Kind of a sassy, cheeky.
Yeah.
Look at this. Look at this cover, dude.
It's a good cover. It's a good
Fucking
cover.
A, man.
Yeah.
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 39. It's in very good condition. I'd say VG.
So with the fluctuating fortunes of Disney, but it's pretty much every win that they have monumental failure. So how do they even offset this?
This year, they're doing a lot of finagling this year. So they combined ESPN, Hulu, and Disney Plus, so they can say it's profitable. They had a good earnings call last time. How do they fix it? Stop making shit. But I don't think Disney will ever learn. It's going to take a new CEO, and I think the new CEO could quite possibly, if not likely, be worse than Bob Iger. If it's really going to be that chick from ABC, it'll be just woke white woman. It'll be fucking fantastic.
Oh God, don't please. Captain African American.
Oh boy,
it's looking very much like.
Is it out now?
No,
it comes
February.
out Black History Month.
Right. Sorry.
Yeah.
What am I thinking of in December? There's still things coming out this year.
Craven,
which they dropped
this
8
week.
minutes. 8 minutes of which I haven't watched yet.
No, neither have I. I just couldn't bring
this
myself. It's this Friday, I think it is, or it's a week. I think it's like the 10th. It's like a week's time or something. Sonic 3's coming out. I reckon that's going to do okay. I'm looking forward to Nosferatu. I'm hoping Nosferatu's going to do well.
Fucking dope. Man.
Yeah. I'm looking forward to going and seeing that at the flicks.
For that. War of the Rohirrim.
Nah, I'm okay, thanks.
Anyway,
I'm good.
Yeah, so Captain African American.
Yeah, Captain African American is looking very much like it's going through another bout of reshuffling, and it's out in fucking 2 months.
Well, it's got to be so much fun, right? You have like a literal jigsaw puzzle of a movie. You can choose any different endings, any different middle, any different beginning. They've filmed so many. You can just keep mix and matching.
Mahler, you may be jesting a bit there, but that's exactly what happened. If they've got that much footage and they need to tinker with it, it might not be reshoots, by the way. It's reported it's reshoots or re-editing, which they edit right up till the
I could buy re-editing.
Okay. Yeah. So let's say it's re-edited. Let's be kind as we can be. Let's say it's re-editing. Which one? The first, the second, or the third film?
Yes. I like Mahler's idea of doing a Clue release and just releasing all 3 versions, and you never know what you're going to get.
Just don't. Yeah.
Like a box.
It'd be so funny to have the 3 of us review it with 3 different endings.
I didn't mean to make that.
Remember when Red Hulk got killed at the end? What are we talking about?
No.
Red Hulk fucking kicked
He saved the day. It's like he teams up with Sam. They literally high five at the end.
Yeah. What are you doing, dude?
One of us like, can't believe Kang was in it.
Kang's in it. What the hell? Mark Ruffalo's in this version.
Dr. Doom, are you fucking blind? He came in at the end. Before we carry
the movie at time of recording, this thing costs with marketing, which has already been spent. They've already released shit with McDonald's and stuff. $400 million.
Oh,
$400 million.
It's gonna be such a fail.
So we're looking at 1.2 billion.
It needs to make 1.1. I mean, let's be nice. It needs to make $1 billion.
It's gonna be such a
right. At the very, very least, let's just as being as generous as we possibly fucking can. It's Christmas. Merry Christmas to one and all. Minimum of $1 billion.
It needs to make $1 billion.
Minimum.
Bare
Realistically,
minimum.
1.1, 1.2.
Let's have fun and see how wrong we can become. What's it going to make? All 3 of us put in a guess.
Oh, 325 million worldwide.
Worldwide? Okay.
Worldwide,
Yeah, 325 worldwide.
I'm going to be way more generous. just because if you want to compare it to Marvel's, there's actors in it that people like.
I think they're putting a lot behind. They want this one to work. They're gonna really.
I'm gonna
try
say
their ass off.
It hits 525 million worldwide.
525. Okay.
I was gonna go with 600.
Okay.
So we split the difference.
Ask me what my prediction was for the Flash.
What was your prediction?
What was your prediction for the Flash? As
675 million.
It made a little less than that.
It made a little bit less than that.
I think, our predictions for the Marvels were higher. Remember?
Yeah. No, I was completely wrong with that. I think
I said 525 million for the Marvels.
I think I said 450.
Yeah, we were all way the f off on that.
Yeah, we were all right. I think 320. I think 320. Right, and I'll tell you why. You said there's people in that movie that people like. Correct. How well did the Indiana Jones movie do?
That's a great point. I mean, like, touche.
We'll see.
You're right. We'll see.
This could do. This could do $1 billion. I would be surprised. This could do 600 million. I wouldn't be surprised.
As I said in my video, and other people have said too, this was doomed from the start. Never had a fucking chance. You have market research already, again mentioned in my video, called the comic books, which is market research with the real comic book reader who goes to the fucking shop every Wednesday, and they reject it time and time again. They'll put up with it for a variant cover, but talk to me when Sam Wilson is Captain America for 85 fucking years, okay, and has a good string of God, when did they finally cancel Cap? In the 400s, although it took over from another book. I understand that, but it's we don't get that anymore. Nothing
the craziest thing
anymore.
Though, if the budget was actually capped at, let's say, even 70, 80 million, they'd probably be okay.
Yes.
I
would agree with
Captain
that.
America. Yeah.
Well, that's just it. We've got a Captain America movie coming out without Captain fucking America in it.
Yeah.
But they're asking way too fucking much already.
Mahler is right. If you do an action movie that costs $80 million, it makes its money easily.
Yeah.
Easily.
And then they can have their little celebration. Oh, look, it was a great idea. We did everything. But it's like, they're going to get a flop. Like, it's way too much fucking money.
And they're going to get a flop out of the derivative character that they race swapped to Virtue Signal. And they did that for progress. And they like, I recently rewatched the Captain America trilogy, right? Just so I would have, which I did barely mention in my video, but so, and plus I wanted to be honest with you. And it is the best, most consistent superhero trilogy ever made, period. Every movie is good. Every
Captain America one.
It often is cited for that. I'm trying to think, what's his major competition? I mean, Spider-Man, you including Spider-Man trilogy?
I'm including all superhero trilogies.
You think
with all superhero trilogies, the third one drops off.
Dark Knight would be.
Dark Knight Rises.
Dark Knight Rises kills that trilogy.
Kills that trilogy. Spider-Man 3. I know Spider-Man it's memeable.
I like Spider-Man 3 a lot.
I like Spider-Man. I like Spider-Man 3 more than I like Dark Knight Rises.
I saw Spider-Man 3 at the cinema a couple of months back, 3 months back, and it was a lot more enjoyable watching it than the miserable fucking shit I have to watch today. Course,
but things can always get worse, and it wasn't well received, and they didn't continue it, although they should have, because they had Toby signed, they had Raimi signed, they gave Toby a buttload of money, which I think he had to keep, which I think he got to keep, to come on for Spider-Man 4, and they just shit canned it. And I would love to see it to this day. I would love to see it. But as far as most consistent trilogy that everybody pretty much fucking likes, it's Captain America for sure.
Yeah, I mean, it's definitely.
I'd say Dark Knight trilogy is the best.
How are you? Trilogy. What about Rises?
Right. Rises has big problems.
Yes,
but there's still plenty of stuff in there to like.
So you like the first two? You say you like the
first two were.
The first two movies. That's not a trilogy. I'm talking about a trilogy. I'm talking about all three movies. Being good, no problems. Everybody pretty much likes them, and consistency. That's what I'm talking about.
Okay, but if we're gonna play that, if we're gonna play that game, if we are going to play that game, Civil War isn't really a Captain America movie.
Yes, it is.
Oh, whatever. Yes,
Captain
it is.
America on
it. It's there is multiple things going on in Civil War.
I'm talking about
It handles it, right?
trilogy.
I know it handles it.
Isn't that a compliment?
I think it's a brilliant film. I think it's a brilliant film. I love it. I love it. But to say,
is it better than Dark Knight Rises? Is
Yes,
Captain America?
yes,
Okay, so
yes.
there's argument over.
He's still the protagonist in that film, and it's all
But
about
is-
him going
Is
on
Batman,
arc.
is Batman Begins
As
better
I
than
was saying, with that
Captain,
trilogy, 5
Captain
minutes.
America: The First Avenger? Yes, much better.
Ooh,
I would say.
okay. All right, I'm gonna fight now. First Avenger versus Begins.
Is Dark Knight Rise? Is
Ooh.
the Dark Knight better
I like both
than?
of those. I think they're tied.
Oh shit! Dark Knight
is-
versus Winter Soldier. We need to
yeah.
get chatted on this. Come on.
Dark Knight versus Winter Soldier.
Let's put some polls up.
I'm
Let's
gonna
put
say
some
Dark
polls
Knight.
up.
I like Winter
Okay.
Soldier a lot.
I'm
but
curious
I
what
like
chat
Winter
say about
Soldier.
that.
Yeah. Okay. Let's do Batman
Cool.
Begins versus
And
Captain America:
My
First
point
Avenger.
was in that trilogy, they're clearly slowly handing the shield over to fucking Bucky because
Yes.
what they based it on was what happened in the comics. They slowly, now it happened differently. Sorry, spoilers. Steve Rogers is assassinated. They even do a fucking autopsy to show you like he's fucking dead. And Bucky becomes Cap. And he becomes like, and not everybody's happy about it, but he has to go and fight his way to, and he does things differently, but he works his way to get respect from people who are absolutely against him taking on the mantle. And it was so popular at the comic store. People were, for one, everybody was pissed Bucky came back. They're like, Bucky stays dead. And I was one of those people. And then I read the run and I'm like, shit, this is so good. I'm okay with them not bringing Steve Rogers back for a good long while. And that's what everybody was saying in the story. Like, these are so fucking good. I love them. No, they skipped that to hand it to Sam Wilson. So thematically, it doesn't even fucking work at all.
No, thematically it doesn't work. It again, it's like Game of Thrones season 8. It sets stuff up and then goes, no.
Arya needs to get all the big kills.
Yeah.
The fucking
Assassin's Blade.
You know that fight that we've been building up to for seasons upon season? Yeah, not happened.
You were expecting that, so we wanted to do something different. Fucking Dan and Dave.
It was building up to that, and it was logical. So we decided to be fucking retarded.
Yep.
Is how it really goes. Just because something is, get your votes in quick because we're going to do all 3 films, chat.
Yeah, and you can't
get your votes in quick because we're going through.
Also,
we're going through all 3 films.
While they're voting on that one, we should discuss it, right?
Absolutely. Okay, so Morley, Batman Begins versus Captain America: The First Avenger. What is your?
I have never considered having these two fight. That's why I'm almost like, damn, it's an interesting idea. Like
it is because they're good movies. These are
no, I
good
didn't mean
movies.
you two. I meant these 2 films.
Yeah,
No,
yeah,
I
yeah.
know. No, I
Yeah,
know.
yeah,
I mean,
yeah.
this is what fucking nerds love to do. We love these kind of discussions, you know.
Because we're dealing with 2 what I think are pretty strong films and things. But neither are perfect, but like what is a lot of the time.
Right.
So
Right.
yeah, I don't know. It's like
The Empire Strikes Back.
The thing for me, if I was to go off like just feeling straight away without a lot of analysis, I think it's Batman Begins. I think I prefer it. But I do like First Avenger a decent amount. And I think there's a lot to compare as well. I really think they're both excellent for origins, you know. I really like Ra's al Ghul. Not Raish in the movie, all right? Got to respect his
Okay, yeah. In the movie, they do refer to him as Raz. In the comics, the interpretation is pronounced Raish. However, in the movie, they do say Raz. So
And most kids were saying Raz.
So he'll be referred to because that is the movie Ra's al Ghul. Yeah.
But yeah, I think my vote would go to Begins. I haven't seen that in a while. I actually want to rewatch it at some point because I remember really liking it. Yeah.
Gary, First Avenger versus Batman Begins. Go.
That is tough. One takes a very serious look. It's well directed. It's kind of a masterpiece in direction and just cinematography, storytelling. Christian Bale's great, but I'm a comic book fan, and as far as like comic book origins and respecting the material, I got to give it to First Avenger.
Okay. I would say
That's
again,
not a good reason to.
I know, hey,
we're supposed to look at the movies on their own.
I know it's like Sophie's Choice. I get it. It's kind of Sophie's Choice. Look, Captain America: First Avenger, I think, is a very much underrated film as a start. I didn't think it got the love it should have when it first came out. I do love it as an origin story. I think thematically, it's got some great themes in there. It's got some great heroicism in there, sacrifice, all that kind of stuff. I think the performances are great. It's well done. Batman Begins, though, I think it takes a lot of the wonderful, legitimate lore of Batman and does a pretty fucking good job, considering how movies take such creative licenses when it comes to lore, of putting together a wonderful look at what year one could be, mixing in some Demon's Head, Ra's al Ghul kind of stuff. Ra's al Ghul. Sorry, Molly. Ra's al Ghul stuff into that. Beautifully shot by Nolan. A great take on Batman, which hadn't really been seen before and really deserved to be seen before. And to me, Batman Begins has just got to take that. So I think we've got two Batman Begins versus... What did you say, Gary? Sorry? Captain America.
First Avenger.
Yeah, First Avenger. I think it's the most underrated Marvel film.
Okay, so on the chat...
may very well be, yeah.
Sure. But we both, I think we're all happy to say much love. Yeah?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Like, I've watched them both again and again and get
what is
enjoyment.
How many points does our vote count as? Because we're hosts. Like
we are just literally. This is just the real BBC's take. The real BBC's take is 2-1 to Batman Begins. I'm ending the vote now.
I was going to say what tips it for me.
Mm-hmm.
Costume.
Okay.
Batman Begins costume, not great. Doesn't take away from the movie, but it's not great. Captain America's costume, the way they reworked it for that was fucking awesome.
Chat has finished 1.5k votes. Batman Begins 54%. Captain America: The First Avenger 45%. So on the first one, Batman 1-0 up on the trilogy. Okay, poll number 2, which is I tell you, I'm fucking loving this, by the way. Which is better, Dark Knight, or because it's not Batman, it's just the Dark Knight, or I'm gonna have to go for space. I'm gonna go Cap America, Winter Soldier, the Winter Soldier.
Man, this is gonna be a.
This is cool. Okay.
Clash of the Titans for chat, I'd say. Captain
America, the Winter Soldier. Douche. So the poll is now up. Let's start this time with Gary. Gary, the Dark Knight versus the Winter Soldier.
Oh. I'm gonna say Dark Knight.
Do you want to do any quantification on that? Not that it's really,
Winter Soldier is top 4 Marvel movie, easy. Dark Knight, as far as a movie, is it the best? We can have the argument of is it the best Batman movie. It's the best Batman movie. Might not be your favorite, but it's the best Batman movie. The way it's put together, it's fucking awesome. Should have won Best Picture. It was one of Nolan's best directed films, like right up there. Not the best, but top 3, easy. And Heath Ledger's performance is legendary, absolutely legendary. They've got I like the costume better in that one. Love that they used the radar and you got the white eyes for a little while. I thought that was I was just watching the scene where where they flipped the truck. Jesus Christ, it's such a great movie. So I gotta say
that was practically done, of course, as well.
Yes,
just FYI. Morley.
It's Dark Knight. Mainly for the reasons that Gary just laid out, of course. What a culturally impactful film. Everyone saw it and everyone thought it was fantastic. You could say it was carried by Heath Ledger, but there's plenty to appreciate in the film. What's so funny is I think he did so well as Joker that like a lot of people don't even take the time to praise anything Christian Bale does in that film that much. And a lot of time it's just like constantly talking about how well of a performance he did. But you get some interesting moral choices and all that sort of thing. And the thing is that makes it easier for me is that I'm not hugely fond of Winter Soldier anyway.
I know. Yeah. Okay. I want to start off with Winter Soldier. Winter Soldier is one of my favorite superhero movies of all time. I think it's absolutely phenomenal. It's such a wonderful espionage film as well as a superhero film. It kind of has thematically, even though it's set in current day, Captain retains that wonderful kind of pulp-esque 1940s vibe throughout the whole of the movie. Anthony Mackie is wonderful as the introduction of Falcon in that film. Cap as somebody trying to, understand today versus where he's come from is brilliant. And then, of course, the reintroduction of Bucky as the Winter Soldier and Black Widow, just really adding to that whole spy, Tinker Tailor soldier spy sort of. I thought it was fucking amazing. I adored it. It was my favorite Marvel movie for a long, long time. And in gun to head, I would have to have some serious thoughts as whether or not it's still my favorite Marvel movie. I did really, really enjoy
second best Black Widow movie for sure.
Infinity War, and really, really did enjoy Civil War. So there would be debates to be had there. The Dark Knight Rises is just iconic. It's history. It's legendary.
Wait,
it
the
changed.
Dark Knight, you mean?
The Dark Knight. Sorry, no, yeah, sorry.
Yeah, easy, buddy.
Yeah.
Easy there.
The Dark Knight just changed everything. It just really changed everything. There were so many decisions that Christopher Nolan made in that people questioned. Heath Ledger's the Joker. I would say, thank you, Floor Gods. Would he be able to put in the performance? And then when the performance came out, everyone was just gobsmacked. Absolutely gobsmacked at how chaotic and legitimately terrifying a Joker could be. The performances all round, apart from a certain lady.
Oh, hating on women.
So remember, I want to add, sorry, Dark Knight changed the Academy Award rules. Because it wasn't nominated for Best Picture, and they got so much criticism. That's when they expanded it.
Yes, and it should have been. There's no. Should have done. I thought Aaron Eckhart. Is it Aaron?
Yeah.
Aaron. Yeah. Actually, did a really, really great take on Two-Face, considering how much was crammed in there. Heath Ledger we've already been into. Christian Bale as Bruce and Batman in that is, again, it's so understated. As is Michael Caine. Michael Caine does not get those kind of props that he probably is due for that film as well. Because he just played an absolutely awesome Alfred. I love the fact that they took the Batman lore and kind of brought it into the Batman 300s. They took him out of Wayne Manor. They put him in the penthouse. That did happen in the comics. They kind of did little things which I thought we'd never see. Lucius Fox is just, Morgan Freeman's Lucius Fox is just great. Anyway, yeah. So to me is somebody that's been reading the Batman comics for 30 odd years at that time.
When your support cast is Morgan Freeman and fucking Michael Caine.
Yeah,
right. And Gary Oldman.
Of course. Yeah, I mean, don't forget his great Commissioner Gordon.
Man, this is it's still perfect casting.
Yeah, we are still, that Heath Ledger performance as the Joker is still the benchmark for which we rate people who take on that character.
What about Joaquin Phoenix?
Oh,
hey man, he was all right in the first one.
Oh well. In the first one. So before I start rambling too much, The Dark Knight takes it because it is the superior movie, as I'll end the poll. And the result is, which is better? The Dark Knight, 67%. Captain America, The Winter Soldier, 32%, 1.8K votes. It is 2-0 and all over for the trilogy. However, do you want to debate the merits of the third?
Wait a minute, Gary. He just sneaks a win in there when I think you have to consider just how much winning or losing is happening for those prior two. It's not as simple as
Okay.
it earns a point, is it?
Okay. All right. Well, let's get to it then. Let's start
the
a poll.
question is, what's the better trilogy?
Okay.
Not
All right.
not what
Okay.
trilogy has better movies.
Okay, I've got
What's
an
a
idea
better
then. I've got an idea then.
trilogy?
Right. We will debate the third movies,
Yeah.
and then we'll have the final debate of therefore which is the best trilogy. How about that?
Sure.
Okay. So which is better? The Dark Knight Rises. I think that works better. And Cap America will do, again for brevity, Captain America, Civil War. Civil War. And boosh, the poll has started for that. Thank you.
Yeah, you're not going to get to see this, ladies and gentlemen. This fucking classic, fucking all-time stuff. Marvel knows better, and they're going to put some teats on Norrin Rad because of women. It'll get that Wicked audience. Maybe if they have them sing. Maybe if they have the female Silver Surfer sing. More women will go.
Okay, Morley. Your favorite Marvel movie versus The Dark Knight Rises. Go.
One of the I don't know what my answer will be. I mean, this just feels like the biggest quality sort of difference.
This is where it falls apart. Yeah.
Civil War is fantastic as far as I'm concerned in terms of what a difficult project to balance all of that, to try and respect where the comic story was, but also actually make a sequel to Age of Ultron and the respective arcs that everyone's going on in the movies. And then to have you got to have Iron Man in there for the money, and then he's got to incorporate him in such a way that makes for a interesting story. And then there's just the fascinating turn of Cap goes from being like a government soldier who believes in the system all the way over to like a renegade who's gonna do whatever he wants. You can't control me, sort of thing. And Iron Man almost reflecting that in a mirror sense because of how out of control different projects of his have gotten. Obviously, as far as I'm concerned, Age of Ultron's not very good, but that Civil War makes up for it. It converts the story into something a lot more substantive. And I love their final fight. I love what it does to try and make everybody worthwhile. I understand the argument that it's the best Spider-Man was in the MCU. He's got a fantastic introduction, but the one I'm very much in favor of is the Black Panther was fantastic in that movie.
Amazing in it.
Yes.
And we never got to see that Black Panther again.
Oh, well, think about all the things they set up. That Black Panther, Bucky. How does your feeling watching it now? Because I just recently watched it knowing he gives it the fucking shield to Sam.
Oh,
I just
none of that thematically is in there at all.
No, it's not.
There.
We've been over it. It suits so much better to give it to Bucky, but whatever. They went with their own way. So for me, it's clean. It's not even close. Dark Knight Rises is a disaster. It's a mess for me. There's so much wrong with it. I couldn't even begin to start talking about it. That's one where I came out of the cinema and we had a big group of friends and everybody was hype and I was just miserable. I was like, they fucked everything up. That's not the movie I wanted to see. Holy shit. But hey, a lot of people like it, and that's totally fine.
Okay, Gary.
Oh, it's not even close. Dark Knight Rises is not a good movie. Magic knee brace. It's super memeable. I mean, the memes. And all the fucking everybody doing the Bane voice for fucking 4 years or till this day is one of the co-creators who's been on this very show, Graham Nolan, fucking roasting the shit out of it. So it's not even close. Civil War is a really good movie. Now, Mahler likes it better than Winter Soldier. I like Winter Soldier better than Civil War, but it's slightly. It's just slightly. And it makes it a great trilogy, and it makes you feel like it's leading to something. Like, it is the most complete Marvel trilogy. Is the most consistent. It's also the best. There are better movies, but it's the best trilogy.
Okay.
Give it to Civil War all day long.
Okay. Let's start with The Dark Knight Rises. Dark Knight Rises, when I left the cinema, because I remember the day, I remember going to the cinema. I remember leaving the cinema because when I left the cinema, the first thing we heard about
what'd you get for breakfast that morning? I need to hear
nothing.
Okay.
Nothing.
Well,
Sorry, sorry, Gary. I'm so sorry for wanting to put some context onto this.
What color were
'cause
your pajamas?
Which side of the bed did you wake up on?
your side.
Ooh.
When I left the cinema, I was
Especially your
very
dad's side.
I was disappointed at what I had just watched. I was disappointed with The Dark Knight Rises. I didn't think it stuck the landing in terms of the trilogy that he was putting together. There are things that I like in it which other people don't. I did think they did something relatively interesting with Bane. It's not the Bane from the comics at all, but they tried to do something a little bit with Bane. I wish they had done a lot more. I wish they had really introduced the Venom.
Don't want to interrupt you, of course, but
Sure.
I just want to
No,
say, one of the unforgivable things for me was having Catwoman shoot Bane to death off screen, like into a black hole. That shit.
Oh, yeah.
Cool.
So Tom Hardy. I like Tom Hardy as an actor anyway, and I like the fact that he just came across as just unnegotiable with, and that was good. Anne Hathaway's Catwoman. She's no Michelle Pfeiffer by any stretch. I did think she put in some fun little performances with being the maid at the beginning. When she took the councilman or whatever, the senator or whatever, and tried to manipulate him. There was some good stuff with her. And then as it went on, they kind of left it a bit, lost it a bit. Bales, the magic knee brace was silly. The magic back fixing was silly. The Lazarus pit actually being a prison as opposed to what it is in the comics didn't work for me. The fact that Nolan didn't explain time in it made it very disjointed, made people go, well, how did Bruce get to Gotham the next day? He didn't. It's actually days/weeks later, but because the whole thing is so disjointed, you just don't know where you are with time, because this film apparently goes over the course of months. So it's very difficult to put things together. There are things that I like. I did like the clash between the police and the guys at the end. I thought there was some good resolutions for stories. Even if characters were getting killed in the process of that. It doesn't even get allowed into the building when it comes to Civil War. It can't even park its car in the car park. It's denied entrance at the gate of even coming into the grounds. Civil War is an absolute, again, it's such a great movie for the amount of people that they're trying to juggle in one film. And both the performances from Robert Downey Jr. and Chris Evans as friends who have lost their way with each other is great. And Downey puts in potentially his greatest Iron Man performance in that film, I would say. And you believe the fight, which is the most important aspect. The fight doesn't feel as if it is contrived. It feels as if it has very much been brought together based on their ideologies, their philosophies, whichever way you want to phrase that as. And Black Panther is superb in it, and it broke. I mean, when I saw the Black Panther movie, I was just like, "What the fuck has happened to T'Challa?
Oh my god!
Who is this? Who is this guy compared to Civil War? It's nothing." And I don't know if it was something to do. I mean, Chadwick Boseman, admittedly, he was starting to look ill in Black Panther when I saw. So that was a sad. But in Civil War, he's kind of like a force of nature. Nemo is brilliant. Absolutely. Nemo. Captain Nemo.
Captain Nemo is fantastic.
Captain Nemo is brilliant, but that's another story for another time. Baron Zemo, on the other hand, is I just love the fact that he's a realist and a pragmatist in the film. He knows that he cannot in any capacity beat these guys in a fight. He cannot compete. That's not the way to do it. And so the manipulation aspect, the pulling at the thread aspect, and his absolute single-mindedness in it is superb to the point where I think we're pretty much all fooled when he finds the other Winter Soldiers. That we think that he's going to utilize them, but he doesn't know. He's there to kill them. So I think we're all kind of fooled by that. And the ending between his little ending with him and T'Challa is gorgeous. I love that. I love the fact that there's no fight per se between them. I love the fact that Zemo feels he's done his work and now he can just kill himself because he's done what he wanted to do. And I love the fact that T'Challa understands, but says, I love that line, the living are not done with you yet.
Yeah. It's awesome.
I fucking love that line so much. And the way that Chadwick Boseman delivers that is just
and dude, like
so spot on.
When we see Zemo, we see him listening to his phone in the movie a couple of times. It's only until the end we discover it's the final message his wife left him. It's like, holy shit.
His wife died, yeah. His wife and kiddo were dead. So, Civil War could have been a mess, could have been a whole mess, and ended up just being not just a great film, not just fitting in with everything that's been going on in the MCU, but really kind of laying down a benchmark for whether it was going to go forward from here into Infinity War and stuff. So,
yeah, Infinity War is the only film in the entire set that cared about Civil War at all.
Yep.
Everything else forgot about it.
Yes.
And I don't like when people cite Civil War's it's his own fault for that. Like all the other films ignoring it. You know, like people say, like Civil War sucks because all the consequences of it are ignored. And it's like that's not Civil War's fault.
Yes,
nothing I can do.
Yes,
no. They ignored the Accord, and then they wrote him off at the end. Remember, it was just like some one-off line to resolve it in Falcon and Winter Soldier, right?
The Accords got annulled in
She-Hulk. Yeah,
and She-Hulk.
And
She-Hulk. That's right. Fucking She-Hulk. That's right.
As if She-Hulk has the right to like have an opinion on Civil War.
Tiamat is still in the Indian Ocean, right?
Yes.
So when Anthony Mackie says Captain African American is going to be a reset, I think they're going to actually try to retcon, like probably with throwaway lines and off-screen shit, like a bunch of. There is so many open-ended things. Chris has mentioned that. I've actually looked into it. It's astounding how many open-ended things there are still.
Yeah.
It's astounding. And they cannot clean them all up. They're going to have to do a Secret Wars and do a hard reset. That's what they're going to have to do. They're not going to do it, but
let's end the poll.
Dude, when I talk about passing up decades of brilliant comics that sold in the millions, dude, in the millions to rush to future canceled comics that sold in the thousands featuring America Chavez. This is one of them. Like we could have had this from Marvel. We could have had a proper adaptation of this, and arguably the greatest 3 comics they ever created, which is Fantastic Four 48, 49, 49, 48, 49, 50's in there, 50's right here, sorry, and 50. I can count. And then 2 issues later, they introduced Black Panther. But they skip all this so we can get a fucking female Silver Surfer. This is why we're getting Captain America 4 Brave New Fart. It's gonna be fucking terrible. Sorry, go on.
Clean sweep for Civil War, not even close. Chat voted 2.2 thousand votes. Captain America Civil War 75%. The Dark Knight Rises 24%. There is one final poll to go up. Which is the greatest trilogy?
The poll is going up. Hey,
Giggity.
Guys, while you're doing that, you ever wonder why, particularly with Spider-Man, but with other back in the day, you could go to Tortuga and get pretty clean PDF versions of all the Spider-Man, all the Amazing Spider-Man comics. You ever wonder how that happened? I'll show you. Marvel, in their infinite wisdom, released this 20 years ago. It used to be worth a lot of money. I got this for next to nothing. This used to go up for like $4,000 and stuff. It is a CD-ROM, 11 CD-ROMs of, at the time, every Amazing Spider-Man issue up to March 2003. Over 500 complete printable comics cover to cover. You could rip this shit. So if Marvel wants to blame anybody, it's this.
So
which
clarifying,
is the
right?
Yeah, which is
on the question of each individual battle.
Yes,
Batman has 2 points while Cap has 1.
Yes.
However, the margins in which those wars were won, I think, is important, considering the first and second could be called close, at least compared to the third that was not even close at all. You know, and like it's like having 3 boxing fights or something.
There was about 10% difference in the first. Let's say 9. I think it's 9% difference in the first. It was it's more substantial in the second. I think it's like 60, 65, 35 or whatever. That was 20, 75, 25. So there's certainly the huge discrepancy, I would say, in the third films, because even though The Dark Knight did, good in the second one, there's no denying that Winter Soldier is okay. Maybe there is denying, but I think the overall feeling is that Winter Soldier is still an excellent film. So with that, I think I'm going to start with this. So which is the greatest trilogy? And the reason why I'm going to start is because we've now, we had the knee-jerk reaction, which is the best trilogy. I said Batman, and Gary was like, no, Captain America. And then we discussed it. So we've had time to reflect. We've had time to go through and have a little reflection.
Yes.
Yeah, Batman. Yeah, you know what I mean.
Mm-hmm.
So kind of having a chat based on the merits, I agree with Mauler. There is a huge gulf in the third film. There is a huge gulf between Civil War and The Dark Knight Rises. And in terms of quality, The Dark Knight is just an iconic film, and anything that would go up against The Dark Knight would be fucking struggling. Anything. You put anything next to it. You put Civil War next to it. There's gonna be a fight across the way. First Avenger and Batman Begins. Some people, that was a close one. That was a very close call, and maybe there can be some confirmation bias. Maybe there can be some just bias in general with that one. Objectivism goes away, because of who you love as characters. I can't deny the gulf between Civil War and The Dark Knight Rises is immense, absolutely immense. And because of that, as a trilogy of films, I would actually have to say the Captain America trilogy does do it. I think it does ultimately win, even though I think the Dark Knight trilogy has 2 better films. As a cohesive story, as a cohesive trilogy in where Captain is throughout that, I think it works better, and therefore my vote would go to Captain America trilogy. Well, it was always going to be over anyway because it was you two are both going to go. But I would like you still to just so Gary, you go. Which is the better trilogy then?
Obviously, it's Captain America because it's more consistent. The Nolan's trilogy hits higher highs, but it hits a pretty fucking low. And it's not how you start; it's how you finish. Am I right, ladies?
That's what
that's what I'm talking about. So as far as consistency, one like actually improving, like the story improves as it goes on. Although I think one of the biggest factors is First Avenger just doesn't get the love. I think it's appreciated more now than it was when it first came out. People just thought it was a goofy origin, but no, it's a very accurate origin that took itself seriously. The one thing Marvel completely fucked up was Red Skull. Was they just like that is a major Marvel villain. That is top 3. Like he's right up there with Doctor Doom. He should be involved in everything, and he should have come back and taken on Bucky. But nope, they didn't bring him back, and they fucked that up. But yeah, it's just more consistent. It is. and Haley Atwell. I mean, it's got Haley Atwell's tits.
Their main character.
They are a main character. Morley.
Well, I mean, I'm kind of as you mentioned, a big fan of Civil War. But I like the Cap trilogy in the story it tells from start to finish, being how he gradually loses faith in these Leviathan institutions by discovering so much rot within them and corruption, and deciding that power shouldn't be decided even by a governing body if that governing body is built of people who have very specific and paid interests, darker interests, and that ultimately, when it comes down to decisions based on his own autonomy as a superhero and the team he's with, they should be the ones to decide because it's their power to use as they see fit. That instead of from the beginning taking orders, doing the job, getting it done, believing that 100% in the job being done, but gradually, I like the first, second, third acts of that story, so to speak. And like I said, reflecting it with Iron Man is really cool. Having him go on his own very different but very mirrored journey, and the desperation of, as he said, right, you're going to surrender to us because it's us and not, I think he says a team of JSOC guys, meaning that the government is going to come for Cap eventually. And that Iron Man's please come with us. Don't go with them. Don't push it to that degree. And of course, the consequences of it, like I said, I think Infinity War does respect it in the sense that Thanos would have been defeated if not for Civil War initially, right? When we split the team in half, you have Iron Man and the Guardian, or half the Guardians team, Doctor Strange, they almost defeat Thanos. If everybody were there, he would have gone down.
Yeah, he would have gone down. Yeah.
And just stuff like that is really fun to think about, as that was a huge consequence of this extremely principled difference. And then I always loved that the idea that Cap did keep that information away from Tony, that Winter Soldier was the assassin that was sent to get his parents. As a storytelling idea, as a beat, it's just Steve is pretty much a paragon. He is an excellent human being. I just like that slight flaw of not wanting to have to, dealing with that will be incredibly difficult, right? Because it's the friend I'm desperate to help that people already are against killed your parents.
Was it a flaw?
And he was mind controlled.
Yeah, but would you say
what I'm suggesting,
question though, would you say that was a flaw, or would you say that he was actually just trying to spare Tony more, even more heartache, really?
I mean, to me, the parents were already dead. It's the fact that he is desperate to get Bucky the help he needs, and to be fair, Bucky deserves the help he needs. He's a complete victim in all of it, but people have serious trouble.
That great part in the movie where Tony realizes that. Tony realized that, he's been mind controlled. I don't care.
Dude, I love that explicit line where he just says, he killed my mom.
I don't care. He killed my mom.
Fuck that. Yeah.
Yeah, he's just emotionally fucking broken in that scene. You get some amazing acting, as mentioned. And
you don't deserve that shield.
Oh. And I even appreciate it's some of the better fighting we get in the MCU in terms of it's a really difficult scene to write. How does Cap and Bucky essentially defeat Iron Man? Iron Man is fucking overpowered compared to those two. But the whole fight goes between different efforts of dismantling and damaging different parts of the suit.
Yes.
And trying to sabotage him. And then of course Iron Man's not even fighting Cap for a while. He's ignoring him, which gives him a bunch of when he gets the grappling hook on his neck and drags him down into the panels. There's lots of little just pieces of trying to nerf Iron Man over the course of the fight to try and make it viable. And and you get that shot that was in the trailer where they're just beating the shit out of him together. And it's holy shit.
So good though. Ripping off Bucky's arm, shooting off Bucky's arm.
Yeah, and the conclusion of the trilogy being Cap breaking half the Avengers out of a prison that the government have formed for them to start his own, rogue Avengers. I think that's a great end to the Cap trilogy, considering the beginning is he's signing up to fight for an institution and eventually
he's government man. He's government man.
That's what I'm saying. I love it as a trilogy story. I don't see it as people say it as it's a Cap film, and then Avengers. It's an Avengers film and a Cap film, and it made up for Age of Ultron's fuck up, I think.
And something like that happened in the comics multiple times at this point now.
Are we just as another aside? Are we too harsh on Age of Ultron?
A little bit, maybe. It's it's complicated because you look back at it these days, it's much more enjoyable than what we get now.
Oh,
But
shit, yeah, like things could always get worse, but
like when things were the way they were, which is when we should judge it, right? Like it shouldn't be given a bunch of passing, in the same way that something that's not as bad as Acolyte shouldn't be considered good because of it. It's like
no. I don't think something should be elevated because things that have come after it are so poor. But I definitely think that Age of Ultron is the worst Avengers film. But I still have plenty of moments that I enjoy in it. There are plenty of moments I enjoy in that film, and I don't
think Endgame
hate
is worse
it.
than Age of Ultron.
yeah, I'm gonna say I don't think it's the worst Avengers film.
Which do you think is Endgame?
Endgame.
Endgame. Okay. I can see that.
The big issue, obviously, is how they treated Ultron in that film. They made him such a goober. He's like making jokes way too often. He's ineffectual when he should be hyper effective. There's lots of plot stuff that doesn't make any fucking sense. The farm Hawkeye overcompensation. I know we've talked about it before, but I just can't forget the idea that Joss Whedon got criticism for Hawkeye's lack of screen time in the first Avengers film, and so compensated in Age of Ultron to give him that whole shit. It was just like, this is a bit embarrassing, dude.
Well, it is because it's got that's not Hawkeye. Okay, that's not Hawkeye from the comics at all. Used to be a
The
villain.
family and kids. Look at him
Jesus
go.
Christ.
Family man.
Yeah.
It's just like, okay.
No. But Hulkbuster armor, fucking cool.
I love the Hulk Iron Man fight.
Yes.
I think that was awesome.
Oh my god, that is still that is one of the top 5 hot toys ever made.
Oh, yes, sir. I'm very happy to have it. Very happy to have it.
When you've got like the
we'll in February time will be displayed because yesterday all my Modular cases arrived for the office. So the office is going to be having a refit in February. Another refit in February in terms of where things are positioned, and this is going to be the final boss as it comes to the office in February. The Radiator series will be over. Okay, I'm sorry to say, chat, but the age of the Radiator will come to an end.
I like it when he's piston punching Hulk and he just says, go to sleep, go to sleep, go to sleep.
Go to sleep. Go to sleep.
Yeah, but we got Captain African American coming up with the Red Hulk. With the Red Z Hulk.
I don't care.
Man, we haven't had actual Hulk in so many years.
Long time. It'll be nice to see a Hulk. All those
Since
rumors
Infinity War.
Since Infinity War.
He's not in Infinity War.
Hulk, he's in the beginning.
Oh, well,
Yeah,
okay, I'll give you that, yeah.
He's in the beginning, but yeah, no, I read because it's the anniversary of the release of the Infinity War trailer a few days ago, right? And they showed that trailer and it shows Hulk running in Wakanda, and I'm like, those lion motherfuckers.
Yo, you fucking
lion motherfuckers.
Let's end the poll. And here we go. The final verdict, ladies and gentlemen. Which is the greatest trilogy?
Superhero trilogy.
Yeah, well,
trilogy,
I'm linked for time. Yeah, it's not. Yeah, I'm linked for time. Yeah, I'm linked for room, I should say. Out of these two, which is the greatest trilogy? Out of these two, the Captain America.
Yes.
59%.
Yes.
The Dark Knight trilogy, 40%. Captain America trilogy takes it for all. So it's a draw.
Yeah,
it's a draw.
It's not a draw. And if we're going to consider,
it's a draw. 2-2.
No.
It's a draw. Let's move on now.
Because if you're gonna Nolan fans, I love you. I love Christopher Nolan, most of his stuff. But if we're gonna consider it's still a good trilogy, even with a dog shit movie, then Spider-Man trilogy is better.
I was gonna say
Spider-Man trilogy is better.
Wait, yeah, actually, which trilogy do you think is better, Dark Knight and Spider-Man?
I don't think it's close. Spider-Man.
Why don't we debate that next week?
Spider-Man then.
No, I mean Spidey 3 versus The Dark Knight Rises. I mean,
they're pretty fucking close, dude.
But aren't we talking memes versus memes?
Yes, we are.
I think Spider-Man 3 has
Bully Maguire wins.
Bully beats Bane. Wow.
Bully
okay.
beats Bane. Bully Maguire versus Bane. That's a pretty good fucking fight right there.
I
That's
mean,
a good-
Spidey 2 is one of the greatest superhero
greatest
films of all
movies
time.
ever made.
Oh
Yeah.
God, Spider-Man 2 versus Dark Knight.
Nice.
Will the stream survive such a question?
Oh, Spider-Man's better than the first Spider-Man's better than Batman Begins. So. Leaps and bounds.
Well, I was about the second.
I think, is this to be continued next week then?
Can't just do it now. Is it so wrong?
Yeah, we got time. We got time. We're up
Do we have
against time. No, not today. We not got time today, I'm afraid. And we don't want to out nerd the chat. You know, we got to give them time to recoup, get their thought process
This
together.
is gonna fall straight down on the Marvel versus DC lines. That's all it's gonna do.
Yeah,
That's
well,
all it's gonna do, dude.
I think okay. I mean, so maybe for next week we shall.
I think that's a
debate
good.
that
I
next
think
week.
that's a good one.
Yeah.
We could be master debaters over it.
Oh yes, sir. We can. Yes,
Raimi
sir.
Spider-Man. Meh. Again, chat. You think about what you said. Okay.
Do you know
you to
something?
think about what you said.
There is a good chance I might have to watch all 6 films for next week
I think you should. I think we all should for research purposes. I mean,
for research purposes. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. I tell you what I'll do. I'll put up the poll now, and we'll let it go to the end of the stream.
Yeah.
And then we will redo the poll next week and see if there's been any difference based on whether or not you go watch the films and compare them this week, or you hear what we say next week. And, you know, should we do that or not? Or should we just leave it all for next week and
Leave it all for next
I mean,
yeah.
well, you could
Okay.
compare, right? You could try see this one's result and then see what they say at the end.
Okay,
of our,
okay. All right. Let me phrase it this way. Start the poll. Initial reaction. Best trilogy.
Also, someone mentioned the Unbreakable trilogy, which is Unbreakable, Split, and Glass. Glass
No.
is horrendously bad to the point where it is just it cancels out everything. It should never even be considered. I fucking hate that movie.
TM, by the way, for Spider-Man is Tobey Maguire, not, you know. So let's just see let's just see initial reaction, and then we can revisit
Like
that.
sampling the dessert before dinner, but whatever.
Sure.
Guys,
I think-
can I
yeah,
show
I-
us something?
Sure, of course you can.
Okay. This is from. I lost. Oh wait. I randomly found this. It's Magnolia Props.
Okay.
So this is Isildur's account of the ring that Gandalf.
Oh,
It's in English though, but they do a
Oh.
full they do a reprinting of it, and it's like old paper. This came free with something I never thought I'd find. I mean, people have done them, but this is fucking dope, and I can't open it because these beautiful knots that I will not be able to tie again. Bilbo's Red Book. It's completed. It's absolutely completed. So everything. There's all the art. It's everything from the prop from Lord of the Rings, dude.
Gary, you need to have
Beautiful.
once you've made all of the money, build your own Shire.
Can I live there?
Yes.
Oh,
Invite
by the
all of
way, guys,
Content Shire.
I need to tell you something after the stream.
Okay.
You got yourself a Shire,
But like,
God.
dude, I wouldn't be able to tie those knots again. This thing is fucking awesome. It's awesome. Like my
This
wife would
is
be able to tie these knots, but I don't know how to tie knots. I was not a Boy Scout. But
I could tie those knots.
Yeah, a lot of people could. I couldn't though.
Okay.
But it's paged. It's absolutely completed, as completed by Frodo and Sam, by the way.
Yes.
So this thing's all the way completed, and it's fucking awesome. Oh, and it's like it smells like leather.
Yeah. Frodo first, and then Sam after. Yeah. Okay, let's go into the super. Jess Pena has been a member for 2 months as Gary. I'm curious as to why you think General Ross's Red Hulk was dumb in the comics.
Oh, because it's fucking dumb. They built up this mystery that would have been really cool, but then it's General Ross. So this old guy whose mustache disappears when he becomes the Red Hulk for some reason. So, yeah, it's fucking stupid. Thematically, it's stupid. General Ross has always been after the Hulk, but making General Ross a Hulk after he hated the Hulk so much, and the reason we all know he was the military industrial complex, and it just was fucking dumb. It's like making he's old. He's old, and I know he's becoming a Hulk. I thought it should have been somebody else. I like the idea of the Red Hulk up until then. As soon as it was General Ross, and I was not alone in that. Everybody's like, "What?" And he just became a gimmick. I also hate the concept of another colored Hulk. Oh, that sounded horrible. It like making like red, and if we did yellow and purple and all that, it just dilutes the Hulk. Okay, and that's the same complaint I have about all the multiple Spider-Mans. Once they did Spider Island and started going all that crazy shit, that's when they started watering down Spider-Man. He didn't become as special anymore, and it leads us to Miles Morales. And the same thing goes with Hulk. With all these other fucking Hulks out there, She-Hulk was one thing because of the blood transfusion, but it just waters everything down. And as I said in my video, the reason it's a combination of three things, and sometimes it's all of these three things or one of these three things that they do this with characters. They're fucking lazy, there's rights issues, or the virtue signal, right? This one obviously wasn't the virtue signal. It was just like, we need to boost Hulk sales, and it did. I have every variant cover, and I probably should sell them before this stupid fucking movie comes out, because the concept of Red Hulk is fucking stupid. And simply put, General Ross is old, and it's just silly. It's just fucking silly.
Dick Donner, attorney at law, with a $10 says, "Hi, I'm Dick Donner, a personal injury attorney with the law firm Locks and Bagel. I understand you fine gentlemen were trying to reach me last week. Were we?
Dick Donner, and then I said
Dick Donner.
Oh, so, Dick Donner.
Talking about Dick Donner. Dick Donner. Richard Donner, the director.
He's just doing a funny. And you know what? He took the joke nice and far. He
developed a whole account and super chatted. Yeah. I'll just leave my business card in the door. Yeah, Thank you, Dick Donner.
Doc Samson would have been a better Red Hulk, chat. I agree. And that's what I thought it was going to be until
it should have been Dr.
the story when it's obvious it's not him. So
Gunnar with a 200 Norwegian says, "Let us pray for Dongurun in these troubled times." Korean flag. Oh, that was fun. 5 hearts under one roof. That was a lot of laughs.
It was right around. That was almost as dumb as Ronin. If you remember Ronin from the New Avengers, when they unmasked Ronin, they did a Taskmaster. It was clearly drawn as a dude, and it's fucking Echo.
Oh,
Echo. It was like,
oh,
fuck.
Hunter Dvorak with a $10 says, "So I saw Wicked and something caught my attention. Why did Elphaba cape getting longer during Defying Gravity make me think of the sheriff's hat getting bigger and bigger in Scary Movie 3?
Oh, good. That was so funny.
I love that joke.
Yeah.
Yes. No, let's just say that's rhetorical. Mexi Rage with a $5 says, "Got lucky and got Gladiators in 4K steel box set for only $20. Also, did you ever see Transformers 1? If so, what is your opinion? Love y'all. Held199. Haven't. I will watch it when it comes out on streaming, and I will give my opinion probably on an afternoon tea with
Dude,
Good Lord, it's been forever.
I guess Perry and I both went insane on Black Friday with 4K, because there's like some 4Ks going for like $10.
What?
Yeah, dude. I went insane.
Damn.
Went insane. Got a lot of good deals.
I was buying Chrissy presents.
Well, I was too, for me.
Marksman of 117B.
I was good this year.
Yeah, okay, good boy. With a $5. A bit off topic, but Gary, would you have the Archcast as an FNT guest?
Yes.
He's Sargon's good friend and longtime culture warrior.
Yes.
There you go.
Absolutely.
Noons dropping 50 gifted memberships into the strum. Noons, my little Asian, my little Arabian princess. Thank you. Gary, can you get rid of that fucking Twitter thing, please? Drive me nuts.
Oh,
What Twitter thing?
oh, sorry.
In the shared screen.
Oh,
It's not
Nick,
doing
hey,
anything. I'm just going to share.
yay!
I'm going to share something else just because it bugs you now.
I'm going to kick it off. I'm going to kick you off then. There you go. Enjoy that.
Okay.
And then I'll bring you back in. Nick X Herring has been a member for 10 months. Thank you, Nick. About the story of the 5 Canadians, says, even after 3 years, Arcane Season 2 had twice as many viewers as Season 1. People really cared. Only to make Victor and Jinx lame as fuck.
only Victor and Jinx, huh? It's kind of you.
Oh! Solomon Kane City 6 with a membership for 11 says, hail, almost a year and missed the UK as soon as I left. Okay.
Ooh.
Jim has been a member for 31 months. Thank you, Jim. Piston with a €6 says 1 out of 2. Mola, 10 years ago, you uploaded your first video. How would you describe your internet career to your younger self and all the EFAP memes like that? Please keep it brief.
Yeah.
What's the second
Long
half?
man, please keep it brief.
Second half for another €6 says Rhino Milk, the Cosmic Chicken, the Don, the Olive Man Flag, blank, is the only joy in my life. Lock balls and you're drooling for a squeaky.
Oh my God, there's so much to explain to you with all of this. But I'll
I
try
know
to keep
what
it
a
short.
lot of that is.
Well, I was just going to say, drooling for a squeaky is a lyric from one of the Arcade songs in Season 2 that's baffled everybody.
Oh.
I don't know what drooling
Oh.
for a squeaky means, but like it's
Don't
going to
look
be
at me.
euphemism for something. Well, I would just tell the past me that, like, you know, don't worry about doing crazy long projects and actually lean into just how autistic you want to be with details. Don't worry, there's an audience out there for you, and don't shy away from networking. You're going to meet a whole bunch of people that you're going to have an incredible amount of fun with, and it's going to be well worth it. I wouldn't even tell them about all these memes. I'd be like, you got some fun surprises on the way in terms of just
Yeah.
the insanity
fun.
there's the internet.
Okie dokie. Thank you. Mark's what wants a boo with a $10. Says, also, Arch made a video about how Bruce Wayne and Clark Kent are the real characters and why they matter. How he builds Batman's no-kill rule by starting off with how Batman should kill is very clever. Batman should never kill. Glad we sorted that one out.
Yeah.
Animating Andy has been a member for 7 months. Thank you, Animating Andy. As is Wonky Eyebrow with a £10 says, my 45th time around the sun today. Happy birthday.
Happy birthday.
I
Yay.
share this day with Ozzy Osbourne and Daryl Hannah. Oh, God. Splash, dude.
Oh, my God.
Did a lot for
It's
me.
called Puberty, the movie.
Yeah, yeah. Here is to a good show. Hail the chat. Thank you, dude, and happy birthday again. Father Christopher Miller has been a member for 26 months. Thank you, Father Christopher Miller. Pray for us always. Big Alex with a $5 says weekly Marvel fight versus DC. Mirror Master versus The Spot.
Ooh, oh, dude. Oh.
I mean, if it was The Spot from the Spidey verse, that would probably fucking win ultimately.
Well, that's
What does
the
Mirror
spot,
Master
the
do?
Spot from the comics does essentially the same thing. Not as
What's Mirror Master do? Does he use mirrors? Does he throw mirrors at people?
it kind of doesn't even use like prisms as
yes. They have very similar power set. I think it's just a chat. There you go. It's who you like more. I think they could fight till the end of time.
oh. Okay, a Mirror Master then. Just to be obtruse.
The Spot is like a silly villain that they actually made pretty good in the Miles Morales movie.
Yes.
Yeah.
It was
He's
a
Spider-Man the animated
subversion in a good way. Greatest with the 5 Canadians. There's only good thing to come out of Arcane Season 2 is the Backlash Victor players ascending at Riot.
True.
People adore that man.
Spot doesn't require a surface. That's true, chat.
Just a bit of context on that, because I think it's a really interesting conversation. Basically, like Arcane Season 2 Arcane's adapted a character from the game into the show and given him a whole story that has nothing to do with what happens in the game. which I just so happen to be invested in because he's my favorite character from the game. Which by the way, there's like a fucking billion characters and I'm invested in maybe 3. So it was just like, wow, that's unlucky for me. Specifically because they've decided, and this wasn't as a result of some huge wave of popularity, but they're going to bring all of the lore and the aesthetic of the show's Victor into the game and overwrite what Victor used to be. So he'll be gone, and Victor players, there's like a whole fucking community of Victor players who are furious and are sending as much like complaints as you can imagine. And the reason I bring this up because I think it's very interesting. You know, you guys obviously get a lot of it, even when it's a good thing. So, for example, a comic book story gets adapted into a movie, and the movie is good, but the story is not the comic one; it's a different one. It's like, oh well, there's a shame there in
Civil
that people.
War.
I mean, yeah, Civil War is very
Yeah,
different, but
I
you'll
like
have
it.
the you'll have the angle of like
Infinity War.
people won't know what the original story was. They'll enjoy this one, but it's like, it would have been, but okay, But this is far worse. It's not just a bad movie, the equivalent. It overwrites, as in at least those comics exist. At least you can actually show people them, and they will always be there. This is, people who are new to the game will never even know that Victor used to be like that. They're overwriting completely. And of course, there's an awkward angle of people would buy him for what he was. They update the game and change all of it to this new one. They're allowed to do that legally, as far as I know, but it just feels scummy, right? Like,
yeah.
And everyone's always said, it's like, why can't you just have it be an option, man? Why didn't you just make a new character? Why did you just overwrite?
I know, like when they completely rewrote Doctor Who's origin. Yeah.
So yeah,
well, thankfully that's not Doctor Who though. That's not the Doctor, Gary. So thankfully that's okay.
This is definitely not cool, and I can guarantee you guys, you'd like classic Victor a lot. You'd think new Victor is very gay.
Gay.
It's not.
Do you know? So I actually, before you even said it, just had a feeling that the word "gay" was coming after that.
He's been twinkified, is what everyone's saying. He was like the machine herald. He was like obsessed with evolving people with technology. He was a robot overlord type person. The new guy is different. Let's just say he's different.
Sam Smith has been a member for 29 months. Sam, thank you so much indeed. Leon Brown with a $5 says, Adam Mauler didn't get to answer my question last week. John Wick versus the Muppets. Remember, Miss Piggy has a black belt in karate.
This will be John Wick's most difficult challenge, but I think he could still pull it off.
Yeah, I think he might lose body parts.
Well, is John Wick a Muppet?
You want to say that to his face?
Yeah. Is he a Muppet in this one? Did they turn him into a puppet?
Is it a Wick Muppet or is it
like Angel? Is it like Smile Time?
Would he shoot felt bullets, do you think?
Because the puppets were pretty like you had to rip them apart and they still could work,
Dude, I fucking love Smile Time. It's so good.
Now I want to watch it.
The Wolfram Hawk 79 has been a member for 17.
Oh wow!
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 No way!
Sometimes
the spooky happens,
Yeah.
Wow! What a time for that to drop. Japanese Demon Lord with a $5 says, do y'all think this DEI hiring the most incompetent people be a way to get back for Me Too? No, it's BLM and the Occupy Wall Street make everyone hate them.
Yeah, like Me Too and the Summer of Love and BLM all were within a few years of each other, but they really kind of co-opted Hollywood as a power struggle. So they used all of that thing. But in the beginning, intersectional feminism, which gets put under woke, was done to overcompensate.
That's because it is.
Because it is. Because of Harvey Weinstein. It was them overcompensating. And then BLM happened and they did the same thing. They started overcompensating, and it's the bigotry of lowered expectations. It's all, you poor black people, you don't even know how to get an app and go get an ID or write scripts. So we'll help you. The white savior. The people who complain about white saviors become white saviors. Like they literally become white saviors because those poor little black people can't. These are the people in Marin. I would love to tell this story. These are the motherfuckers in Marin who are like so liberal, but they were going to do a BART station. They were going to do a BART train from Richmond to Marin County. And you know what Marin County did? Cut that thing off faster than you could possibly think of. And it really would have worked. They need a train going for both those, but no, we can't have any of those.
They need to run a train.
Yeah.
Okay, okay, I'm interested now. Ray Gonzalez with a $5 says Captain African American could be the best movie Marvel ever made, and it'd lose money because of the budget.
Yeah,
it's an interesting point. That could actually be true.
And
it could be true.
I don't know. I know about these reshoots, but and this goes back to a few months ago. But my dude said yes, they recut the entire fucking movie. It is an improvement, but it's not very good.
I want to see the shitty one now.
Yeah.
Which one?
What makes no sense is internally what most people at Marvel, and they agreed to supposedly change this, I guess not, was the fight, a particular scene where Red Hulk smashes fucking Sam in the shield, and he survives, and he fights him off, and they're like, no, he can't do this.
How vibranium works. So adamantium, whichever it's meant to be.
I don't know, like, and I don't, it might have been there from the get-go, but this whole like vibranium suit and stuff that he's gifted from Wakanda at the end of Falcon and Winter Soldier might be part of that tech suit, which might give him the power to do that, which means he's just fucking Iron Man, Cap Falcon now, which is again like a 6-year-old creating something on City of Heroes.
It's
because without it, he'll just get killed really easily.
Yeah.
And the costume, do you know, there's a really good solution for this.
Canceling the movie.
No,
taking a tax write-off.
No, put Captain America in the movie.
Oh, I would do that. Yes. I think he is in it. I think Chris Evans is in it. I could be wrong.
You're gonna get a monkey paw result with that one if you're not careful.
Yeah, I think Chris Evans is in it.
I mean, clearly what I mean by the fact is this doesn't even have Captain America in it.
They have not officially said he's dead.
That's my point, though. He may very well fucking turn up, and it would be horrible, probably.
Yeah, I think there's a good possibility that there's a cameo. I could be dead wrong about this, but there is a scene in the trailer where he's talking to somebody off camera, and that could be Old Man Cap. I could be completely wrong, though. It could be fucking nobody.
Frosty Film Watcher with a $10 says, hey, as I'm starting to collect more comics and I want a setup like yours with your slabs. How did you make it? The shelving is actually from fucking IKEA, mate. This shelving here is from IKEA. It's about that deep, and it has a ridge in it, so you can...
Did you get the meatballs when you went?
They weren't open. The kitchen wasn't open.
Oh, they're so good.
Kitchen wasn't open, sadly. I wanted a hot dog or a slice, and it wasn't open, which is a shame. And it's literally inside just ran LED strip lights through the front, so you get the LED experience. So it's actually pretty cheap to do, and I think it has a nice outlay, whatever you want to say. Yeah. Ray Aita with a 15 mania says, first time watching Firefly and Serenity last weekend. It's great. Love it. Thanks, Mauler. The series and movie, both a proper live action Cowboy Bebop. Well, there's certainly more Cowboy Bebop than the
managed to get
Netflix
back
series.
Into
a lot of inspiration from it.
Oof.
Yes.
Drinker just watched, I don't know if you guys remember Out of Gas. It's probably the best episode of the season.
Yeah.
Where you get like a flashback set for all of how the characters got on the ship with Mal while he's trying to fix it.
Yeah.
Oh gosh, it's like a fucking 10 out of 10. That episode is amazingly good.
Yep. Like this cover is a 10.
Black Bolt.
Oh.
Slick Rick with a $5 says, never forget as ate an Asian man sausage and kissed him on the cheek for the privilege on a live action stream. That's true. That is a true story.
It's nice to have some gay representation on the show.
Well, Dan Vasque ain't in the chat today, so we had to do something. Dirus with a $2 says, Gary, bless the rains down in Africa.
Oh, fuck. Yeah.
Who doesn't love that song?
Yeah.
Who doesn't love that song?
I did. I am an expert.
Enoch Mamon with a $5 says Landman is great so far. On a side note, anyone else think Ali Lada is hotter now than she was in her 20s?
There's an
She's got
argument
that
to be
MILF
made.
energy now.
There is an argument to be made. She is, as my dad would say, built like a brick shit house. She's so fucking hot in this thing, dude. And kind of trashy. Well, no, she's really trashy. She's like the trashy, hot ex-wife who just wants to, cause
Built
problems.
like a brick shithouse is a different.
I feel like that's a very different thing. Yeah.
In the UK, different meaning.
We're
in the UK.
American. Okay, that's a compliment in American. In American. Yeah. So it's dude. I don't know what the fucking what these Midwestern people came up with, but they did. So yeah, she's fucking hot. She's
Luciet with a $20 says Molly Suicide Squad Kill the Justice League is on sale for 95% off. Worth buying or so shit that it's still not cheap enough. Love you all lots. Keep the great work. Hail the real BBC. Before you answer that, Molly, fuck off, Yellow Flash. Yellow Flash bought that and gifted it to me on Steam.
What'd he do?
He bought the Suicide Squad Kills the Justice League and gifted it to me on Steam because it's on 95% off. And he did it apparently to a few people for the memes. So cheers, buddy. Cheers,
the only
chum.
way I would entertain it being worth it is if it is full price and that's the money they're giving you. Then you can do it.
Alex Belfort with a $5 says, is it possible to spoil fan fiction? All of Disney's Star Wars is fan fiction.
Like I said, it didn't feel like anything to spoil about Skeleton Crew. Nobody on Earth is going to be like, wait, why did you tell me they get captured? Wow.
The only takeaway is the mighty Star Wars franchise is now being debated. Like, how low did it get? And did they stop the bleeding with a show made for 9-year-olds?
Oh, wow.
Like, that should be your takeaway. I don't care how mediocre or good it is. I have no interest in it. It's about as much as I had in Miss Marvel, but which was none. But this is your fucking franchise now. This was a cinematic franchise that made, adjusted for inflation, billions at the box office. The strongest cinematic intellectual property ever made when it comes to marketing, ever in the history of man. Yes, even more than the MCU that's got multiple movies. It's going to take the MCU a long time to catch up with fucking Star Wars. A long time. And they fucked it up. And now we're going, is this little 9-year-old kid show like Star Wars turning it around? Or, hey, they just weren't as shitty as the last one. It's like, what the fuck? Like, what the fuck are we doing here, people?
Okay. Trish Page has become a member. Trish, thank you so much indeed. B-Chain315 with a $10 says, hello, big, beautiful cocksucker spaniels. Ooh. As I'd like to see you set up Gary with a modded Skyrim once he finishes Witcher 3 in 8 years. 8 years? Fucking stick a 0 on the end of that, mate. Make it as serious or silly as possible and see if he can tell.
I'm not going to be able to tell. I'm going to play Indiana Jones when it comes out. And I couldn't tell you if it's a good game or a bad game.
Oh, dude, that's Monday.
It's coming out Monday. I'm Monday.
And they've got a review embargo on that thing.
Oh.
I gotta say, Mola, did you watch the latest trailer for that game?
Which game, sorry?
The Indiana Jones.
I have so many mixed feelings about that thing. I imagine I'm going to be very unimpressed with it mechanically, and then story-wise, I can only expect it to be super unimaginative. I didn't see the new trailer, but when's it out? Isn't it out like
Monday.
Next Monday. Okay.
Yeah. It's coming Monday, yeah.
That's an excuse to stop working for a day and play some probably crappy game, I guess. It's also an excuse to rewatch the trilogy, actually.
I thought look. This is just honest. Okay, it's just honest. It's the only way I can be. I thought the trailer looked fucking mediocre as fuck. I thought the gameplay looked basic, repetitive, dull. They tried to hide the woman in the final trailer, which makes me considering she was all over the first one, which makes me feel as if they're trying to hide the fact that she's going to have significance, a lot of significance as opposed to Indy. I didn't even kind of get in. It was just full of member berries. Remember when Indy puts his hat slowly on his head? Remember when Indy looks like this? Remember when Indy? And I was just like, I think this is going to be a fucking. This feels like it's going to be a fucking disaster. Feels like it's going to be a fucking disaster.
Yeah.
So I'll be playing it Monday, and we can find out, and then I can talk to Morley about his meltdown on it as well. Probably. I mean,
we're gonna love it. We'll love it. It's gonna be so good.
Yes. Martino with a 10 Swiss says, sorry, had to turn the agenda page. What was the scheduling program after week 52? I had to turn the agenda page. What's the scheduling program after week 52? What? I don't know what that means. I don't know what that means.
Week 52 is the year?
Week 52. We're 52 weeks in a year. Yeah. So what's the agenda program after a year?
I had to turn the agenda page. What's the scheduling program after week 52?
We haven't been updated yet.
Hasn't been updated yet.
No, yeah, okay. There you go. Scott Duncan with a $5 says, as did you ever watch Transformers 1? What do you think? Not yet. When it comes out streaming, I will, and then I will talk about it on Afternoon Tea with us. Dick Shooter with a $5 says, have Kung Fu Hot Dog on. He's bringing back toxic masculinity and big tits, as well as gay media reviews and British representation.
Gay media reviews.
Gay. Did I say gay? Yeah, gay media review.
Which is media reviews these days.
Yeah. William Sims with a $5 says, as I thought, as you followed Graham to the closet, she was going to turn and say, I've got to be honest with you. I'm a clone of the security guy. Oh, she's a derivative of the security guy because she's his daughter. Lucifer the Doberman with a membership for 3 months says, imagine if they made a Darth Bane series on Disney Plus, but then they would want to make money.
If they announced that, Darth Bane fans would all fucking kill themselves.
Yeah. I think Morley's correct. Alex Belfort with the $5 is Disney Star Wars title card a long time ago in current day California. Yes. Gordon Cadell with a membership for 27 says, as love your stuff. When are you going back to Final Fantasy VII Rebirth? He gives me a lot of shit for this, Gordon. Get more involved, and Queen's Blood is great character and story would win him over, in my opinion. Okay. At some point, Gordon. Sean Godley's been a member for 26 months. Sean, thank you. Ed Song with a $5 says, I like the Marvel cartoons in the 1990s, like Iron Man.
Yep.
TAS, a psychotic robot could launch a low-yield nuclear bomb and still be a kid's show.
Neat.
Yeah. Pretty neat, actually. Hungry is Angry's been a member for 32. Thank you, Hungry is Angry. Dawnbreaker with a $5 says, if you like Rangs of Power, then you're like Wicked, because both are trash fan fiction that shits all over the original masterpiece. Ouch. It's doing very well at the cinema. By the way, has season 3 of Rings of Power been announced yet?
It has not been announced yet, Amazon MGM Studios did ask if what character should be spun out of the Rings of Power.
Spun out?
Like for their own show?
For a spin-off, yeah.
I thought you meant into space.
No, the spin-off. And I responded the writers should be spun off into the unemployment line, and I ratioed the fuck out of them. Ratioing one of the richest companies in the world is
a good feeling.
Fun. It's a good feeling.
Yeah.
It's a good feeling.
Yeah. Eves the First with a 50 Russian says, since my first super chat ever was lost to the ether, I'll try again. Thanks to you guys, I gave a shot to Star Trek, the original series, and Doctor Who. I absolutely loved it. Watching you is the best therapy to deal with the likeness of Rangs of Power and the Echo shite. Yes, good stuff. Thank you, man. Appreciate
Thank
that.
you. Sorry that got lost in the ether.
Yeah. Realistic Delinquent with a 2 Canadian 79 says that interviewer likes his cookies fudge packed. I mean,
Which one?
I like fudge cookies. It's the gayest.
Yeah, we've established that this episode.
Yeah, but I love fudge from my cookies.
Vegemite cookies.
Yeah.
Sean Godley with a $10 says, if Lee Jung Jae wants to get back in my good graces, he needs to make Thieves 2 was like Ocean's 11 with some stacked co-stars, because no hyphen, co-stars. Well, it's no hyphen, so I was just reading, and a comically fake Tom Selleck like mustache. Let's try Squid Game season 2 being good, please.
let's see if Netflix can do a good season 2. Hey, Cobra Kai improved. That second half of Cobra Kai was fucking crazy. I loved it.
I'm waiting for the final part.
Oh, dude, I don't think you should.
Oh, okay. Joe Durr, your ass in my face with a 2 Australian says, hell, all anybody know the budget on Skeleton Crew?
No, it probably. Well, no. John
I saw
Watts was
someone
on
say
there.
130 million for the whole series.
What?
So I don't know if that's true. I just saw someone say it.
Okay. That would be insane if it. That would be stupidest thing I've ever fucking heard in my life if that was true. Shindo Versus with a $2 says Hera was a green pilot with a great butt.
There you go.
Great ass.
There you go. Yeah, that Kenobi is fucking. Ed Song with a $5 says Thrawn is overweight. He is body positive all the way. And Ed Song with another $5 says, Morley, you are evil. You are just trying to get another have you come to destroy me scene. Oh, God.
But it was so funny. It's just so badly done. How do you chase somebody and then ask them why they've come to you? It doesn't make any sense at all. I also just Googled it, and it looks like that is true about the budget.
Oh, yeah.
Star Wars Skeleton Crew is forecasted to account for the largest qualified spend of the 7 series, with nearly 136 million.
It's only 6 episodes, right?
In expenditures during its first season. The show, which was awarded 20.9 million in credits, follows a group of whatever. So yeah, apparently that's true.
How many episodes are there?
I don't actually know. Let me check.
Chat, is it 6?
Intent Matters with a 10. Oh, good name. With a €10 says, hey, Az and Gary, you should give Andor another try. Just imagine it's not set in Star Wars universe and ignore the boring main character, and you'll get much more out of it, guaranteed. Tell him, Mauler. I did see. It was online. The scene with Stellan Skarsgård. Is it Stellan Skarsgård? Which one?
Yeah.
Where the guy said, "What have you given?" And he does that incredible monologue, which ends in everything. But it's an incredible, the way he just essentially describes how he's had to sacrifice everything about himself as a human, every bit of humanity.
There's a little bit of the what reminds me of the why am I forgetting his name? Guy from Serenity, bad guy. He's like not the informant. The
The operative.
The operative. That's it.
Yes, the operative.
Yeah, just because he makes mention of like it's so he's fighting for a world he can't exist in, sort of thing. Because it's what it's done to him. Yeah. I mean, these guys know very well what I have to say about Andor, but I mean, they're close enough now with season 2 on the way that maybe wait for that, and I'll let you know if it's cringe or not. I like Andor a lot, but I wasn't looking to get them to see it as much as I wanted. Like you guys see Arcane, which has now become quite the fucking backfire. Like, have you seen any more of season 2, Gary?
Nope.
Yeah, I mean,
I'm home now, so I'll have time to do it. But
I don't even
homo now.
There's just no point, really.
I'm homo now.
You're better off just rewatching season 1 and stopping.
Do you know I wasn't home for almost a month, and then I've been around people since Peru. I'm used to my isolated lifestyle a little bit, and I've been around people since Peru. So today is like I'm back with my plastic pals.
Peru.
Talk back to me. Peru. Back in October.
Okay.
'Kay.
Alex Belfour with a $5, not even Australian. Knowing Star Wars Disney Kenobi season 2 will focus on Aunt Beru. What is going on today?
Aunt Beru. I know,
yeah,
man.
This is spooky shit happening today.
Yeah, it's the Matrix. You know, it's the simulation.
Yeah. And
we got some overlapping code here.
There is something going on. Probably.
Well, no, there's supposed to be an alien invasion today, so that maybe that's what's going on.
Oh, cool.
But yeah, Gary, 8 episodes for Skeleton Crew.
8 episodes.
8.
Okay, so I mean, it can't be the most expensive then. And the first episode was long, right? It was like 40
it was
minutes.
like 40 minutes, 45, something like
that. Teed up with the $10 says Ellie Vader. Oh, wonderful.
That's good.
Poopa Chalupa has been a member for 29. Says Elon should buy it. Answer to every problem. Correct.
To every problem.
I mean, it would be funny if he bought Star Wars, like, or Lucasfilm, or I guess Disney. It would be really funny.
Ed Song with a $5 says Mauler will appreciate the Jabba statue on Coruscant celebrating his sacrifice for the Republic. Strangled but not forgotten.
That man was a hero, and if he hadn't done what he did, I'm just glad that they're teaching kids throughout the world that he was actually a lot more of a hero than they thought he was. That pathetic piece of propaganda called Return of the Jedi, where they try to portray him as a bad guy, that's terrible. I believe they made that.
Down with that film.
Cancel it.
Alex Belfour with a $5 again says, how do you pronounce this? Moana?
Moana, right?
Guys,
Moana.
What's this comic?
Fantastic.
I'll even give you a hint. What's significant about it?
Hold on, I need to make you bigger because my eyesight's not great.
There's loads of Reed Richardson.
That is Agatha Harkness.
What's significant about it?
That is the first issue that Agatha appears in.
Yep.
First appearance.
That's not Agatha. That doesn't look anything like Catherine Hahn.
I know,
right? Alex Belfour with a $5 says Moana 2 was hot garbage. 2 hours of my life I'll never get back. All the men are incompetent. All women are girl bosses.
Who's that? What about
Moana? Moana 2 garbage apparently, according to Alex.
Oh, okay.
All women girl bosses. All men silly billies. As this wonky eyebrow gifting 5 memberships to the stream. Thank you and happy birthday again, dude. Dawn Breaker with a $10 says, you guys had a question last week. Which actor would you like to see as a captain on Star Trek? I'd like to see Gary Busey as a captain.
Oh God, yes. I want to see Captain Gary Busey take on the Kobayashi Maru.
He would win.
He would
just win, and everyone would be like, "Wait, what?"
He would see it on some fourth dimensional level,
5th, 7th dimensional level.
Yeah.
I'd like to see Randy Quaid,
bro.
Yeah.
Enough said.
Enough said. That's it. That is correct. Enough said. Movies. 52 movies a year with a $10 says best Christmas present, I think that's meant to be, ever is a great movie. Or maybe not. Maybe best Christmas page ever is a
talking
great
about the Christmas pageant where we all go and watch a movie.
Oh, okay. You won't regret it. Okay. Yeah. There's lots of additional letters everywhere.
I'm just making that up. I don't know.
Oh, okay. I don't know. I am finding it very difficult to read.
You won't regret tit. That's what he meant to say. You won't regret tit.
Okay. There's like 2 T's on great. There's 2 T's.
There are very few tits as a regret, except for one.
Needs more titty.
I regret nothing. Okay. Don't you fucking come at me, mister, with your
I've never even heard of it. Apparently it's a film called The Best Christmas Pageant Ever.
Oh.
And that
so she turns up at the wedding and the bride's got a nice rack.
That's crazy how that clip just played, you know? It's out of the blue.
Maybe it's
You'll live it down one day.
No, I won't. But thank
No.
you.
Well, it might
No.
be 3027 or something.
when we're all dead.
Yeah.
What's up, babe?
That's when it'll end.
You need my wallet?
Also, the day this will be.
Holy shit! A woman just came in Gary's room.
You need my wallet.
What do you need? My wallet?
About it. I'm
Oh,
like,
there's a woman
what
there.
do you mean?
Oh, that must be a woman. Joke of all butts with a 20 Danish.
That's what she was trying to avoid. She's looking at me like, I know what you're fucking saying, you motherfucker.
Molly, do something as won't play Star Wars Outlaws. Pay me.
He made the thing. It was how much? 2,000, I think, right?
Two, I think we agreed 2.5 actually. 2.5 PayPal.
Yes,
$2,500
I have like
PayPal.
$20 in cash. That's all I ever carry.
It's like the Queen.
Sorry.
Yeah, I mean, to be honest with you, as there was a time to play Outlaws, probably not now. Yeah. It's time.
I
to move
agree.
on. I understand that.
I agree.
Would have been really fun to have seen you play that though.
Oh, dude, after seeing
Especially
what I saw
on
with
day
you-
one or like even day 0, and it's glitchiest. I'd love to have seen you play it, but yeah, it's okay.
I'll do indie. I'll do indie on Monday with you. We'll do indie together.
I don't care if you do that.
Oh wow, you just ignore the fact that I'm streaming it. I know you want to because you're so.
You actually
scared.
Gary,
Look
I thought
Yes.
you were. Are you?
Yes.
Oh,
Really?
Yes, 100%.
I don't believe him.
I'm an Indiana Jones fan. This is
We don't
secret.
even
People-
begin. Okay, tell me about all the Indiana Jones games you've played.
that's
I
been an
have-
Indiana
I
Jones
got the
movie since
bundle.
1989.
Since 1989, Fate of Atlantis, motherfucker. Okay, so I got
That's
the bundle
one
on Steam
from the
for
Dark
$6.
Ages.
Yeah, like I played them in the Dark Ages when they came out.
What about like every other one?
I'm playing this one.
Gary, which way's
I'm
forward?
It's the other way from backward.
Josh Kelsey dropping a 20 into the chat and just walking off.
The
Baller!
Lego game was fun. You're right.
We should race the game.
How
See
the
if Gary
fuck
can
do
beat
I
us.
even start with this?
Disney slop can't stop until
No,
the
no,
mod
no. I mean the name.
Oh, that's
Oh.
obvious. There's the here's just
Yeah, you're Welsh. You can read this shit.
Sorry, I know he's
Easy.
well, you know. With a 10 Polish,
It's
Says-
Skazizabrizaskinsky Caprizi.
Disney
Love it.
slop can't stop until modern audience exists. Well, it's gonna go on forever then, because it ain't gonna exist. Modern audience, stop trying to make the modern audience happen.
It doesn't
Alcatraz.
exist. Wait. The modern
Wait.
audience exists, and they show up to everything. It's just not enough to notice. That's your
Like one
modern
guy.
audience.
He's like,
It's
I'm
one
one
guy.
audience. Hey, it's me.
I'm the guy.
Look at me. I am the modern audience now.
He's like, I went to the Bobbles. It was great.
There's no modern audience. There's an audience, and they're made of men and women.
Yes, sir. Because
Men
there's
and
only two
women.
genders.
Now there might be some gay men in there, and they're gonna
Yeah.
mix it up. They're gonna go see Wicked, and that's great. That's great. Go see Wicked.
Palace Ipswich is kicked off.
I mean, Jeremy saw Wicked by himself.
Well, he's gay.
Yeah. See, so there you
So,
go.
Yeah, do you mean the homosexual man, right?
yes,
Yeah,
yes.
the homosexual.
Jeremy, a homosexual man.
No, he. Yeah.
Outras with the $5 says, so
he was
there's-
with Krista. His hag.
What? He has his own personal hags?
Yeah. Whatever. Don't shake your fucking head, as you said it. You said it like 5 times on my stream, motherfucker. And I
just
showed
say
restraint.
it. Just say
No,
it. Just say
no.
it.
No.
Just say it.
No.
British cigarette. Just say it.
You mean the hag?
The fag hag.
The jag hag.
Thank you. What a car that looks like it's going to be. There's so little footage of Falcon in the MCU to buy that he's close with Cap and a good leader for the Avengers. Hail the real BBC. I think there's enough to say they've got a good friendship. To say that he would be the leader of the Avengers is ridiculous.
I was about to say, I didn't know if it might be a hot take that I actually completely agree with that super chat. There's not enough footage
Ooh.
of Falcon and Cap's relationship. It's good, what they have is good,
Mm.
but
Problematic.
I mean, part of the problem here is and I don't know if you guys feel the same way, but like we didn't get enough Steve Rogers Cap nor Tony Iron Man in the MCU.
True. I
No,
mean,
we
I would have
didn't.
liked
We
some
didn't.
more,
They,
but yeah.
no, we didn't. You're absolutely right. And we seriously didn't get enough Cap and Falcon for them to have that kind of relationship.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like there should have been a movie before Infinity War, and I know contracts work, but you know what I mean. Like it should have been the film with the Renegade Avengers and the sort of government approved Avengers, and then you see a mission with both of them trying to deal with different things. But then at the third act would be some big event happens, and they both have to work together. And Iron Man has to make a decision. Different conflicts come into play with that before you do all the Thanos stuff, to respect like the consequences of civil war and the lines being drawn and how communications work and whether or not there's anything they can fix up. And yeah, you could imagine like the relationships you could strengthen there, because Falcon's on the Renegade team. You have Vision and Scarlet Witch doing their stuff, and Black Widow trying to make everything work out. But then you simultaneously have Tony trying to appease the government while also subverting them. Like there's plenty of stuff they could do in a really awesome movie there, but things jumped real fast.
Yeah, that was that was the problem. And then they
Boy,
ended
that
it. And when they
escalated
should be recast. That's they should never have killed. I mean, essentially killed Cap, killed Black Panther, and they killed Iron Man. Like those are your big three. Those are some of your big ones. You can't do that and recover.
Remember, the plan was to have. Sorry,
like 20 girls came into the MCU.
Well, that's what I was going to say. The plan was to have fucking Brie Larson's fake Captain Marvel be the leader of the Avengers, and that got absolutely scuppered.
And they have done everything that has failed in the comic books. A comic book industry that has not recovered from these decisions to this very moment.
Correct.
Okay. And they decided to copy them, expecting to get different results.
Definition of insanity.
Yep.
Ed Song with a $5 says choosing Harrison Ford as Thunderbolt Ross was a mistake. I can't imagine how much money Disney spent just to have him appear in one film. He doesn't care. So, how old's he? 80?
Who?
Harrison
Ford's
Ford.
in his 80s. Yes, I think he's 80.
80, 81?
80, 81.
Stutters has been a member for 15 months. His first Captain film is better, I think, but the first Batman is my favorite of the three. Also, hi, Rags.
Hi, Rags.
Say hi.
Maddening with a $5 says nerds nerding hashtag glorious. MJO Skyver has become a member. Thank you. And Norns with a 75 AEDs. I liked Batman, and then when Captain America came out, my heart changed towards preferring that storyline in those films. Bucky's a boy. Hail, gentlemen. Hail, chat. Hail, Noons. Absolute sweetheart. Mr. Innocent with a 2 Canadian says, I've only watched the Star Wars movies 7 to 9 once.
Az hasn't even done that.
I haven't. No, I've watched The Force Awakens about 3 times. I saw The Last Jedi once at the cinema. I never want to ever see that film again in my life. And I didn't even go to the cinema to see
Rise
of Skywalker. I just watched Mauler's video and was miles more entertained. So you have more than me in terms of actually seeing them. Eric Brown has been a member for 16. Thank you. Imperator with a 5 says people also sleep on Aaron Eckhart as Two-Face. A great performance, especially the hospital scene with Gordon and Joker. Yes.
Rachel. I just love when he takes the mask off, Joker. He's just like, hi.
Hi.
Does that look like Tom Hiddleston?
Sure.
Yeah, a little bit. I can see what you mean. I can see. I see where you're coming from. Ed Song with a $10 says, "As do you like Winter Soldier? Do you like Winter Soldier after you find out that other than Hydra, there is the Black Widows, Scoldums, disgruntled star of workers, and deviants."
It's impossible to keep track of the fucking organizations at this point.
Yeah, I know. They just look. One day, they all decided to copy each other's homework.
Do you remember the giant Black Widow floating fortress that just existed?
That took a half an hour to crash.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's so incredibly stupid in terms of a resource dump having a floating fortress. I know it's like, oh, comic booky. And it's like, well, no, you can't just have it. You gotta like try and justify it.
Remember when that bomb, whatever, blew up right next to Florence Pugh, and it just pushed her back as opposed to
the
tearing her body up. Yeah,
hilarious. Everyone was sharing that.
Remember how Scarlett Johansson's Black Widow was bouncing between debris as it very slowly meandered down to her?
Remember
cool,
when
actually.
they took a mask off a Taskmaster who was clearly played by a dude, and then
she lost 120 pounds,
and immediately she lost 150 pounds of muscle
the
weight.
shoulders, man. The shoulder comparison.
Yeah, she said, "Mwah."
God, it was fucking terrible.
Iron Blimp with a $10 says, "I was an extra in the stadium scene in Dark Knight Rises.
Hey.
It was in August. Yes, it was. Yeah, they filmed it in summer and tried to make it look winter. 90 degrees, 100% humidity, dressed for winter. I got sun poisoning. They fed us undercooked, weird-colored gray burgers.
What the hell?
I don't like that movie. I don't blame you."
He has PTSD whenever that scene comes up with a grey big.
Yeah.
No.
Ed Song with a $10 says, "Civil War had fun action. Dialogue was shit. Secretary Ross had a Congressional Medal of Honor, which is one more than you. I didn't know you could violated people's rights if you get medals of honor."
That's not even, that doesn't even happen. What do you like? The scene begins with what's his name? Fucking War Machine saying that to Falcon. We have no idea what the context is. Like it could be that Falcon was comparing records with Ross, which I think that's the point, right? Is the film's trying to remind you Ross isn't just some bad guy from Incredible Hulk or something. He's actually got a history. He's a war vet, right? So like you're supposed to actually have some respect for his opinion on all of this. It's not an argument of you just because he has a Medal of Honor, no one's allowed freedoms. That's not what the movie's doing at all. Civil War's got some of the best dialogue in the MCU as far as I'm concerned. Some fantastic lines.
Particularly between Tony and Steve.
Well, just Iron Man, Steve, and Black Panther. They've got
and Bucky, Bucky and Steve. Bucky and Steve. Yeah.
They got bangers in there.
T'Challa's got some wonderful dialogue in there. Which and it feels that way because his dialogue is sparingly used at times, and therefore very much sort of like where he's fighting and he's like, "Hi, when a Hawkeye's just like, "Hi, what's his name?" And he's just like, "I do not care.
I don't care."
It's just okay, all right.
When when Zemo talks about like destroying an empire from the outside in, it can rebuild, but if you destroy it from the inside, then it's dead forever. I'm not saying it's like the most original lines ever, but they're effective for the story.
Effective is a really good word. Yeah, effective is a really good word there. Joe Dirtass my face with a hundo! Australian says, "Sorry, Gary, it's not a trilogy."
Yeah. You don't have to apologize.
I'm not apologizing to Joe because he just gave us 100 Australian. So
thank you for
Joe. I'm with
thank
you
for the 100 Australia. And I totally respect your right to pay to be wrong, but it's okay.
Oh shit!
It's bitchin' trilogy.
Oh, hold on 2 seconds. I'm just gonna put.
What do you, whenever you do this
in private chat, in private chat.
We'll sort that out after the show. Don't worry about it.
Oh, okay. Jeff Up North has gifted a membership to the stream. Jeff Up North, thank you. Keaton Bailey with a $5 says, I love the trilogy segment. I would be interested to hear your thoughts on the 5 Pirates movies versus the 5 Indiana Jones movies. Well, I've only ever seen Pirates of the Caribbean.
There's only 3 Indiana Jones
that's
films.
where I'm stopping. And there's only 3 Indiana Jones movies.
The way this should be phrased is the 3 Pirates versus the 3 Indiana Jones, and then it's Indiana Jones.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love Pirates 1, but 2 and 3 are going to drag that trilogy down a little.
Yep.
And then Indiana Jones, I mean, I don't care what you think of Temple of Doom, it's dominating Pirates. Like the set, I mean, in total.
I love Temple of Doom.
I love Temple of Doom.
Yes. Temple of Doom, it is the weakest by far.
Yes.
But it's still an enjoyable film. Carl Hauser with a 10 Canadian says, hello, Gary and Mauler. Question. The Dark Knight Rises, you're telling me you couldn't stop hundreds of special forces rather than the 3... hold on. You're telling me you couldn't stop hundreds of special forces rather the 3 into Gotham. Apaches, I mean, it would have been easy for the military. Well, wasn't the threat if there was any force pushed forward, they would immediately detonate the bomb.
I completely believe the whole scenario at the end was fucking retarded.
Yeah, like
and then the Summer of Love happened, and I'm like, oh, okay. Maybe Nolan had a point.
Wait, so they're saying you're telling me you couldn't drop hundreds of special forces people?
Yes.
Oh.
I'm like, if this is commentary on how stupid Dark Knight Rises is, I'm with you.
Yeah. It's got a lot of problems, that film. It's got a lot of problems. Legalized Adulthood with a 20 gifted memberships to the stream. He's just could eat him. Cladex with a 5 Canadian says, either you die a hero or live long enough to see yourself become the villain. That is a great line.
What about Yoda? He used like a 900.
Well, his last line should have been from the Acolyte. What the fuck? What?
Want you, bitch? The fuck?
Yep.
Not Mamon with a $5 says the best trilogy is Lord of the Rings. The second best trilogy is Evil Dead. Back to the Future for third.
That would be like Lord of the Rings. I'm pretty sure we all agree is the best trilogy of all time.
Yes.
But the second best, that's an interesting question.
So I would like to see, I would say the top 3. This is my personal top 3. I would say Lord of the Rings.
Mm-hmm.
Star Wars, the original trilogy, and then the Indiana Jones trilogy.
Where are you, Gary?
Lord of the Rings, Indiana Jones trilogy.
Does the Cornetto trilogy count as a trilogy?
I'll give it to Star Wars, but you could tie it with Back to the Future.
Yeah.
Evil Dead is fucking awesome too. Like, I got no complaints. Those are all so good.
Mm-hmm.
Chat says Porkies.
Honk!
Jurassic Park? No.
Don't be silly. No, come on now. Stop being silly. Come on now. Stop being silly. Legalize that!
Oh my god.
Dear Terence von Flossingbottom, just wanted to mention I picked up a nice run of What If and Marvel 2-in-1, with the latter completing my checklist for the bankers as he dons blackface and does some blue and white spandex and lectures you to do better. Yes, sir. That's what I did last weekend. Dude, it's going in the book. Oh, yeah. That sounds good. Yeah, that sounds good, baby. Yeah. That's good.
It sounded really gay.
Yeah, that's
uncomfortable.
Yeah, that sounds
nice bit of gay in there. Yeah.
No, just trying to sort out what to eat after the show.
I'm starving, dude.
And yeah, I've had a coffee and a croissant.
Yeah, I've had
that's all I've had all day.
Coffee. Yeah.
It's got in the book. Sorry, it's got in the book. Legalize adulthood. You're a fucking legend. Thank you so much. And God, I love blackface. To keep me alive when I'm on my special forces missions at nighttime in the fucking desert. Come on! You didn't get the full context.
I don't think they call that blackface.
Yeah, it would be great. Okay, so we're going to infiltrate there. So the crackers, you get your blackface on. Scott, what? And then we're going to... Okay. Pistol with a €2 says, Mauler in Discord, I can see you're playing League.
I leave the client on. It doesn't tell you the difference between having the client up and having the game up, so it's just all the same thing. People are like, he's been playing it for 90 hours straight. I'm like, no, I'm okay.
Hey, look, I wouldn't care. Wally's more than functioning in the stream, so I don't give a shit.
I'm alive and well. Well, if they think I'm playing it literally right now, I mean, I guess how do I prove I'm not?
Yeah, I mean, you've played video games before.
I do.
Will J with a $5 says, Would Batman be the... I remember once I was on FNT and I started playing COD. And
really?
I'd actually got my audio set up incorrect, and so my COD noises came through on the stream. And Gary's like, "Who's playing video games?" I was like,
"You should have said, wow, Ryan."
Wow, yeah,
Ryan, you son of a bitch.
Would Batman be the better trilogy for a first-time watcher, considering you need to watch the other Marvel movie films to understand Captain America 3?
That actually is interesting to ask, because I would say that Captain America 3 doesn't hit as good without the Iron Man trilogy.
Yeah, you can watch first two, but like not the third.
Yeah, first two is absolutely acceptable. Yeah,
so it's fair.
Good question. It's fair point.
Doesn't make trilogy better. We're talking about quality of movie, not how you watch them and what day and no. We're talking about quality of trilogy all the way through from beginning to end.
Hi, King Fëanor with a $5 says,
hi,
brother. Guys. Hope everyone's well. I'm doing great. Thank you very much indeed, sir.
I'm doing good.
The Palidan with a 19-month membership says, taking bets to see how long before they actually do Spidey versus Dark Knight. Still waiting on top Doctor Who episodes. Oh, I think that's next couple of weeks or so.
Yeah, we're gonna actually have to do that.
I've still got it on the PC waiting. So
I gotta find my notebook with my notes in it. I don't even know where it is. I remember them though.
Shindo Versus with a $5 says, two grimy dudes from Brooklyn jump rich entrepreneur is how me and the boys describe Captain and Bucky versus Iron Man. Hell, real BBC. Sounds awesome to me. Hi, X-Ray Girl in the chat.
It's great to listen to. It's on Audible. I've seen him actually do it a couple times. The one-man show.
Patrick, do it. Chris Moscato, yes, sir.
Yeah, he did a good job.
The movie is good with him in as well.
Yeah.
Upton Coke with a 19 months says Blade trilogy for him. Hi, King Fëanor again with a $5 says, oh, Gary, check my X profile for a special announcement.
Is that
Not my mom with the $2 says Tom Hardy as Bane is better than Topher Grace as Venom. Correct. I would say so.
Yeah.
Topher Grace as Venom sucked ass. Like,
terrible.
Yes.
And that was
awful.
To me such a casting issue, because like if it were anyone else, they could have made the lines work better. I don't even hate Topher Grace as an actor. It's just that was not the right.
No.
Why did that happen? Was it that 70s show was like really popular or something?
Yeah.
Was it popular? Yeah, I mean, must have been that. Must have been trying to capitalize on that. Yeah. LC Lapin with a $5 says Red Skull should definitely have been a higher tier MCU villain, but after No Way Home, I would have loved to have seen more Willem Dafoe.
I think also the reasoning was Topher Grace either auditioned for Spider-Man and didn't get it, so they wanted to have a alternate Peter Parker, but they had that in the fucking movie thematically with Bully Maguire. But that was some of the reasoning.
Well,
Willem Dafoe is I love him as Norman Osborn.
I can't believe that he managed to like be so fucking good in No Way Home.
I know
that like he kind of steals it a bit in that film.
Yep,
he's so good.
He makes it good. Like it is not good without him.
He stands out.
Well, I love Tobey Maguire in it as well, and
I do too. But he's the linchpin. Like, well, Alfred Molina. Everybody kind of does, Jamie Foxx, whatever. But
yeah, it's but like he was a standout for sure.
Yeah, he absolute standout. Yeah. Like he brought his A game. This wasn't just some appearance. Like
he was not fucking around. Yeah,
he was not fucking around. He loved that role. You can tell.
I'm gonna kill myself. Attaboy. Yeah. It's so good.
Strong enough to have it all, too weak to take it.
Oh, yes, sir. Yes, sir. And then when he gets injected, he's just like, what did I do? He's just like, oh, man. Oh, that's the story, dude. That's the story. Yep. Rook Takes Rook has been a member for 9. Thank you. Kimberly with a $2 says, who came up with dampening collars first, DC or Marvel? Dampening collars. I don't know. Star Trek? Maybe
for powers?
Yeah, for stopping, preventing. Yeah,
that's a good question. It was probably some pulp magazine.
Yeah, it's probably some comic in the 50s or something,
30s or something. Yeah, like a collar. Yeah. Or mythology. There is collars that dampen your powers. Fuck. Yeah, I don't know.
Chains and shackles which take away. Yeah. Rook Takes a Rook with a $5 says, if there are only 3 Indiana Jones films, well, there are only 3 Indiana. Mm-hmm. Then it's definitely the best trilogy. Yes, Temple of Doom is awesome. But Lord of the Rings trilogy.
Yeah,
after Lord of the Rings.
Lord of the Rings is so fucking hard to beat, to the point where I don't think it feasibly can be beaten, like even in future.
It can't be.
Certainly not with the direction Hollywood's going. No Zaku boy with a 50. No evil or rack can escape the peerless gaze of peeping Tom. Winter is here. The city is frozen in fear when the streets are rimmed in the tears of one woman's discontent. Can the magic in Tom's hat melt the frigid heart of Frost Hits the Snow Whammon? Oh my God.
Damn. Maybe.
Frost hits the slow whammon. Okay. Thank you, Nozaku boy. John Platt has been a member for 4 months. Says, hail as Gary and Mola, the real BBC, toxic male/female fandom. And kudos to every right-minded American who voted for Trumpsy Poo and defended your civil rights. Anonymous has been a member for 38 months. Anonymous, thank you. David Fredericks.
What the fuck?
David Fredericks, I'm in this voice now, has been a member for 24 months. Thank you.
He's melted.
Mr. Tickle Drunk has been a member for 46. Says shit heart. It's coming. It's coming this next year. July next year. Only 2.5 years after it was finished.
What?
Shit heart. Ironheart.
Oh, that's right.
Shit heart. Legalized Adulthood has been a member for 45. Says today is also my birthday. Chat's mum is exhausted from celebrating. Is that true? I mean, she didn't deny it. Takaho Dembowski has been a member for 32 months, and happy birthday, Legalized Adulthood, sir. Happy birthday. New Tryon with a £2 says trilogies gotta do Blade, Spidey, Dark Knight. We're gonna do Spidey, Dark Knight next week.
Blade Trinity is so bad.
Yeah. Stop.
Yeah.
If we're gonna go trilogies that had a week, then Godfather beats them all.
Yeah.
Because Godfather Part 1 and 2 are awesome, and Part 3 sucks.
James Hannifan with a $10 says Superman and Lois had an amazing series finale. Fuck James Gunn and CW for getting it cancelled. Some of the last episode shots were as of you were reading a comic book on the screen. So well done. Ooh. And Stutters with a 10 euros says a bit more about the Arch video. The Batman should kill is a question he uses to prove Batman is the mask to Bruce. Excellent video. You'd love it. Well, Bruce is the mask and Batman doesn't kill. So that's going to be a tough ask. The infamous El Guapo with a $5 says, I'll have to catch up later, but just hoping for good vibes and prayers for my girlfriend because we found her beloved lost cat frozen in a tree. Oh. Love, lots of love. Chat, lots of love hearts, please, in the chat. And yeah, give our love to your missus. Oh, poor kitty. William Sims with a $5 says, as I thought Gran was going to say to you, I have to be honest. Oh, we had that one. It came again. Thank you, William. MJO Skyver with a $5 says, I got me a 6-disc set of Blackadder for under $20. Life's pretty eye. Oh, yeah. Oh, Dr. Fate. Beautiful. Nice.
There's a
nice.
Pierce Brosnan.
Yeah.
His face is in there. Yeah, if James Gunn wants to do something cool, bring him back. Dude, he was good.
Also, the 2v1 between Cap and Bucky against Tony in Civil War was awesome. Yes, it was. Cease has been a member for 34 months. Says, as is Gay, Gary is old, and Mauler is awesome. So, 2 compliments, and Gary got shit on there. Thank you.
I think it's a matter of together we make a very gay, old, awesome person.
Oh, three compliments. Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you, buddy.
The fact that I'm old, I am so grateful that I'm old. I never thought I'd get old. And it is and one of the greatest joys of being old is watching younger people do the same stupid shit you do and not saying a word and watching them fucking fail. It's awesome because I know if I said anything, they wouldn't fucking listen anyway. So I'm just gonna go, all right.
Okay.
Because you didn't listen when the old people told you.
Exactly.
Can we move on because we've got the weird thumbnail? Ryan White with a 5 Canadian.
No, I think we should really break
says,
down. Mahler, talk to me about Arcane season 2. Go.
It's just not very good, man. Like,
what if Captain Afro-American kills the Red Skull with a solid left hook to the shin, barehanded? Than says, you gotta do better, President Ross.
And max out your
racism.
Characters.
He muted the Eldritch person's mic. It's racism.
Ryan, max out all of your fucking characters on every single one of your super chats. It's wonderful.
Kenneth LaRock has been a member for 20 months. Thank you, Kenneth. Ed Song with a $10 says, I like Real BBC on Gary's channel because I can admit all of the grief I give Mauler at the end of the stream, and he would never know because Gary will Joe Biden the square ups. Yes, sir.
What does that even mean? Like, you forget the questions, or is the
that's what it is. It's like ripping you, and I'm like, I have no idea that was for.
Yeah,
I'm sorry. Yeah, and it's like it's probably something I should remember, but. I mean, as far as cognitive ability is Joe Biden, I'm slightly ahead of Joe Biden.
Slightly.
11 better with a $2 says, Shmeek, the final glorious evolution.
I mean, good reference.
Prydane Chronicles with a £5 says, I noticed on a Hiram film clip that the voice of the female hero is really grating. Turns out it's lovey Emma Thompson's daughter. A Nepo baby.
It's a Nepo baby, and it's anime dialogue, and it's not like Tolkien dialogue. It's anime dialogue.
Also,
you will face me in battle. You know, it's like
for Dane Chronicles, which I only know because Rag said it once.
And thank you. Shakalaka King with a 35 months, thank you. And Shakalaka King with a $2 says, if you have a time, thoughts on Dexter TV show? Liked it. Like the beginning couple of seasons, 3 seasons, up until Trinity, and then it went shit. Fiesta Cat has been a member for 5, and Jesus Davila with a $1 fitting hot dog. Gordon Cadell with a £2 says Elon to buy MSNBC. Sit Maddo next to Alex Jones. Should cry.
So we got to double check the facts on this, but Fox talked about MSNBC. I think it was The View. I think it was The View in particular. But or maybe it was Morning Joe. Correct me if I'm wrong, Chet. A show on MSNBC over the past week in the 18 to 54 demo, one of the most important demos, the most important demo. 38,000
views.
38,000 views.
That's
38,000 views.
Yeah.
To give you just an idea, that is a small portion of any of our views over 48 hours. When I don't put anything out,
it is pretty crazy. Nick the Greek,
and they're spending money. Hey, the penis thing isn't up. Okay.
Yeah, but Gary,
there's a penis.
I am fucking starving, and we're at 3 hours. So I've only got a few more to go. So I'm just trying to smash through, dear chum, buddy. So if you want to talk about MSNBC, which is not relevant to this stream, by all means, put out a tweet on Blue Sky.
Gary, just say whenever he reads out anything. Just say
I love you guys. Nick the Greek has gifted a membership to the stream. Kura Kenshi has been a member for 46 months. Gary, the Africa expert, should play Path of Exiles too. Albert Nano Retro with a 10 Canadian says, watch the EFAP. And for Wonder Woman 84, what innocent people did Captain Marvel delete? That ship she takes out is a Kree bomber that fired rockets at Earth. Beside, the only good Kree or Skrull is a deleted one. Oh.
You sound racist.
I can't do that because it's not a meme. But no, so this refers to Captain Marvel herself was tricked through mind control by the Kree Empire in the film to believe a whole bunch of things, and then she very joyously wipes out a whole bunch of people that were exactly her just a day ago.
Yep.
Oh yes.
In the beginning of the film,
calling them innocent is complicated. What I'm trying to point out is that she should not be happy about killing all of them when they very well may not have any idea what's going on. As far as they may know, they've been told that Earth is going to destroy, whatever have you. So the point is just it's an inept fucking script. It
was a canary in the coal mine. Well, a big giant 1,000 foot canary that weighed the size of a planet in a coal mine. Of the lack of morals within all of the writers in Hollywood, and it's still only gotten worse. They have no idea what good and bad is. They have no fucking clue.
No.
They wiped memories and changed them and shit for her, right? So there's no way she could know who's that been done to. And in the same vein, somewhat, there are innocent people on the Death Star potentially, but I understand the notion of war and how we have to deal with it, and it's an interesting topic to discuss. It's also like a meme throughout history of Star Wars. Like, you probably killed more people by blowing up the Death Star than you would have this, that, and the other thing. But yeah, with this, it's just
when Anakin blew it up.
Yes, when Anakin blew it up.
Twice. Edgar Friendly with a membership for 40 says, wow, 40 months. That's a lot. Love the BBC, Edgar. Massive thank you.
Demolition Man 4K coming out in a couple weeks.
Oh yes, sir. Oh, that's a no-brainer. Immediate purchase. Low Level Enforcer. It's a great documentary. Low Level Enforcer has become a YouTube member. Thank you. Doc Hollywood with the $10 says, I believe the Indiana Jones game comes out Friday the 6th, at least in the States. It says on the commercial 9th.
It says the 9th.
December.
Maybe it's a pre-release for.
Access. If you pre-order it, you get it on the 6th, I think.
Okay. Oh, might be.
Does that count now? If I pre-order it right now?
Oh no! Yeah. Fuck yeah. But fuck that, because Path of Exiles is coming out for early access on Friday as well. So I know which one.
My Steam.
Maybe I'll do two.
I want to stream it on the 6th?
Or maybe I'll do one on the 7th. Azor Underworld with a $2 says Sharknado series versus Star Wars 7 to 9. Sure,
it's close.
Yeah. I mean,
you get the Mad Max game for $1.99, dude.
It's not even close. I'd watch the Sharknado one every time.
You get the Mad Max game for $1.99.
It's a good game.
Yeah.
Take
I'm
a
gonna
610
pull
with
the
the $2 says, as we appreciate your British stoicism. Yeah.
No, commit. You have to say stoicism.
Okay, your British stoicism. Okay, there you go. Rook takes Rook with the $2 says, yeah, I meant the best excluding Lord of the Rings. Of
I love
course.
when they ask me when I make a purchase, they ask me for my birth date, and I have to scroll for a half an hour. On the
Yeah,
year.
Fucking lie. Just put the one that's above 18. That's all you need to do.
Dude, I'm there, mate, with you. Fox One says Kinnell's gay has a 7-month membership. Thank you. I mean, yeah. I guess he's happy. Matthew with a 15 Norwegian says, please, Red Hulk, I can't breathe. Oh no. Oh no. Oh, I hope they do that. Loki Ellis has been a member for 31 months. Thank you. As this wonky eyebrow with the £2 says, you three guys are my favorite trilogy. Oh,
Aw, gay.
but 80s gay, so that's absolutely fine. B Buster with a 24 months says theory may need an intervention. He likes Skeleton Crew. He's allowed to.
It's chill. I think it's viable. People would enjoy it. Like I said, it's
Smaller.
not. My main thing was it's just really not my kind of deal. You know,
Guys, do I want the regular edition or do I want to get the premium edition?
Just the regular edition, unless you want to. Unless you want to have
the premium edition gets you a. Okay, so the premium edition gets it on the 6th.
Oh,
right. So that's Is that the pre-order or is that a special edition?
Pre-order. So it's
right.
Advanced access starts the 5th.
Oh.
So I want to do that. What's the 5th? What day is the 5th?
Thursday, and I've got nothing on Thursday that's planned as yet. So
I'm gonna pull the trigger. Here we
Okie
go.
dokie. English Batchers with a £10 says Ultimate Trilogy, Real BBC, Open Bar, FNT.
Fucking
wow. EFAP just gets wiped out.
Oh. Nick the Greek with a $2 says, Gary Mauler, when is Buffy Angel streams? I fancy it.
We'll figure it out at some point.
Yeah, it'll happen.
Give us another few years, and we will definitely have an idea.
I'll guest star in some of the my favorite episodes, if that's okay.
We're probably going to do it season by season, so.
Okay.
What, the Buffy one? Oh, did somebody ask? We should start in January. Should I not say that?
Is that even possible with all the plans that we've got? Like
February?
I don't know. We have to talk about it, I guess.
I'm back home, dude. I'm home. Like, I'm good. Like, I can start rewatching it right now and be fine with it. I'm gonna just keep saying stuff as tries to start.
We're miles away from the end of the super chat, so it doesn't matter.
This motherfucker did this.
This is the last one.
So much on FNT. I am just enjoying the revenge. Okay.
I think there's still like 1,000 left, so we.
Oh no! We lost them, guys. Albert Nada Retro with the 2 Canadians says, I was happy, like when I saw the Death Star go pop. Yeah, on me, you can speak. We all did it. Right. One more. Gumadali with a 20 Norwegian says, are you reading all fuck? God damn it. I am Bean with a £5 says, oi! You can't go yet. I like watching as his face change color in sync with his LEDs. Thank you. Hey, Deuce has been a member for 26 months. Thank you. And as his wonky eyebrow with a £2 says, it's not the last. Hit it. Fuck. Loki Aroth with a 21-month membership. Thank you, Loki. Grimlock 1975 with a 22-month membership. Thank you, Grimlock. I'm ending the poll.
Let's see those results.
So let's see. This is, oh my God, next week's set up beautifully. Next week is set up insanely. Initial reactions. Which is the best trilogy? Spidey or The Dark Knight? Initial reactions, Spider-Man 51%, The Dark Knight 48%, 3.8 8K votes on that one. So next week's going to be fairly interesting. ADs with a $2 says stay put. No! Ty Robs 89 with a $5 says, how much do I need to pay to get the EFAP cast to sign my hoodie when it eventually arrives? Also, what are your thoughts on Donnie Darko? Morley has no thoughts on Donnie Darko. In this
what about we don't have an avenue for getting signed stuff to people, I guess, right now. So I'm afraid that's not possible. But I don't know. Maybe sometime in the future. It is kind of funny. We ran, EFAP for like 7 years, and we've done like barely any merch at all. It's just been the show. Like we've done some plushies though. We did a hoodie. Yeah, the hoodie's on the way. I think it should be shipping soon.
I ordered your hoodie. I ordered the whole.
They're arriving for Christmas, which is the perfect time to have Halloween hoodies.
I'll wear it.
Hell yeah, I'll wear it too.
For the Emperor with a $2 thank you for the Emperor. Chris B with the membership for months says howdy. Hi Chris B, how you doing?
Also, Donnie Darko is neat.
Oh, okay, it's a pretty good film. I liked it. Looks fine. Jens Anderson of the Torai has been a member for 43 months. Thank you. Daniel Moore, Mission Possible, has been a member for 15 months. Thank you, Danielle. Big Raj with a 30-month membership says, finally, a reason to do this thing. I have no idea what you mean.
I'm
Gordon
definitely.
Cadell with a £2 says, keep going, Az. I love you, but there are thoughts in my mind right now. Apollo Monopoly with an 8-month membership says, good show, gentlemen. Thank you. So nice of you.
We should discuss this one.
As is Wonky Eyebrow with a £2 says, still going. Currently, yes, currently. Johnny's with a 12-month membership and a hot dog. Gordon Cadell with a £2 says, I'm going. Yeah. I'm
Still going.
Still going.
Probably decided to download a video game right now. You're like bloop bloop bloop. To
Garrett's
me.
just out of the fucking loop.
I don't know.
Rooster Coburn with a 22-month membership. Thank you, Rooster Coburn. Joe the Uber Geek with a £2 says, who's the bigger gay, Az or Jeremy? If it ends the stream, me, I don't care.
That's an interesting question. Should we explore it?
No!
Gary, what do you think?
Scuba dude.
I think we should explore thoroughly.
I got to go. Scuba Dude has been a member for 12. Scottish Nerd, a member for 45. Victor Creek with the $5 says, Az, did you know that you're better at picking up Asian women? Thank X-Ray. Thank you, X-Ray. Jens Anderson in the right with his 23 says, going! That's it!
All right, let's do our
Massive-
outros. There's plenty to talk about.
Everyone's going, and everyone's got stuff. And so
there's more messages, Az. There's more messages.
For the Emperor with the $2 is still here. No, it's good.
Don't you want to hear what's in my library on Steam? All the games I don't play.
Gary, what's your opinion on the new Indiana Jones game?
I am super excited to not figure out if it's mechanically good or bad or not because I suck. And I can't wait to see a girl boss around Indiana Jones. What I'd like is a good Indiana